Finds room, 40, 45, midfield, 45, 40, cuts back. He's got a chance, 30, 25, 20, 15, to the 10, to the 5, to the end zone. Touchdown. How about that?
It's the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week.
Right up the gut, big hole, first down. Powers over a defender, inside the 15, down to about the 12.
The Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you by Southern Trophy House, Mooyah Burgers, Fries, and Shakes in Brentwood, Sir Speedy of Music City, Boom Baz, Craft Beer and Pizza, and the Omni Nashville Hotel.
Now here's your WNSR Mid-State Checkdown broadcast team.
Looking to pass on the sideline, pass is batted into the air, and it's caught in the end zone.
Joe Fisher.
Quick pass is caught, it's a touchdown.
And Greg Vogue.
Live from the stadium known as the Eagle's Nest in Thompson Station, Tennessee, welcome to Week 11 of the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. It is the final week of the regular season, and region championships are on the line. We are in Williamson County for the Region 7 6A showdown between the Raptors of Ravenwood and the Eagles of Independence. I'm Joe Fisher saying hello from the broadcast booth, joined once again by my broadcast partner, Greg Pogue. Adam Johnson is our producer-engineer. Greg, I'm sure it's happened before, but I don't recall it. Region 7 6A is a 6-team region, and entering the final week of the regular season, 4 teams are tied for first place, including both of our teams here tonight.
Yeah, indeed. Ravenwood Independence play here tonight, tied atop the region at 3-1. Just up the road, Brentwood is playing Centennial. Same things on the line. Win, and you're guaranteed an opening playoff game at home as either the number 1 or the number 2 seed, or you lose and you're going west to Memphis as the 3 or 4.
Well, one of the amazing aspects of this game, both of these teams are being led by quarterbacks who were not the quarterback to start this season.
Well, because of injury, we won't get to see tonight. Ravenwood senior quarterback Chris Parson, the Mississippi State commitment. He originally had committed to Florida State. Now headed to Mississippi State. Brooks Sapone, a next-level prospect at safety, though, has slid to that side of the ball and then's got some good leadership going on.
Well, Ravenwood head coach Will Hester told us in our midweek meeting that running the football is playoff football. That was his quote. I think we're going to see a lot of that from both these teams tonight.
Well, it's that time of the year, although tonight is not that football run defense weather. What another beautiful night.
Yes,
We've been so lucky this year on our games. But playoff football, and this is a playoff game, defense, running the football, and that's what both of these teams want to do.
Well, after the game, of course, we'll recognize, as always, our Omni Nashville Hotel player of the game. Our guys back in the studio, Ray Doskey, Bruno Reagan, and Devlin McKenzie, will bring you our halftime and postgame scoreboard shows. Coming up next, Greg had a chance to visit this week with our 2 head coaches. We will hear from them right after this on the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week here on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
It's a Bill King Show.
Johnny Vegas this morning. Again, hey, Bill, is Georgia football going to be any good this year? Asking for a friend. They'll be very good. Georgia has recruited so well that they're better than everybody in the SEC East, even if they lost their roster. Georgia can lose all these players to the NFL draft. Big majority of talent. They're still better trotting out players than everybody else in the SEC East.
Weekday mornings beginning at 6 on Sports Radio 560 on 95.9 FM.
Slim's Tender Mac Bowls are back. We start with a 3-cheese blend to make our delicious mac and top it with chopped hand-breaded tenders and Colby Jack cheese. Try the Tender Mac Bowl meal or the Buffalo Tender Mac Bowl meal, both served with Texas toast and a medium drink. But hurry, they're only around for a limited time. Download the Slim Chickens app to order and earn rewards.
The Omni Nashville Hotel, located 5th Avenue downtown, and proud sponsor of the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week, is Nashville's premier destination for the highest quality accommodations. Start your day with a cup of Bongo Java and the Biscuit Bar at Kitchen Notes. Indulge your taste with the best beef in Music City at Bob's Steak and Chop House. And wrap yourself in luxury at Macara Day Spa before before enjoying a nightcap at bar lines. And when it comes time to host those holiday partings and gatherings of family, let the Omni Nashville Hotel take all the worry off your plate. Proud sponsor of the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week and located in the heart of Music City, the Omni Nashville Hotel is your only choice. The Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue, downtown.
Greg Pogue back once again to tell you about Bongo Java, Nashville's oldest and most celebrated coffee company, now also located in the Omni Nashville Hotel. Reward yourself for surviving Nashville traffic with fresh, locally roasted coffee, classic handcrafted espresso drinks, and fresh baked goods all day long. And free Wi-Fi, so you don't have to work from home. Number one in customer service. You made it through the traffic. Reward yourself with a perfect pick-me-up at Bongo Java. Fresh coffee, delicious treats, great atmosphere. Open 6 a.m. until 2 p.m. daily. Bongo Java at the Omni Nashville Hotel.
Hey Nashville, Ray here from Run With It. Let me tell you about our sponsor, Boom Ba's Craft Pizza and Tap House, and with 4 locations in Bellevue, Murfreesboro, Spring Hill, and East Nashville. They're your home for the best gourmet pizza and craft beers in Music City. Join me on Monday nights at the East Nashville location for poker night, and if you think you know everything, try Wednesday night trivia at both locations. Gourmet pizzas, craft beers, online at BoomBozz.com. Boom Ba's Craft Pizza and Tap House.
You're listening to the Mid-State Checkdown High School Game of the Week on WNSR. Here's Joe Fisher.
We got a good one tonight, Ravenwood and Independence. Greg Pogue, a couple of head coaches that haven't been with their respective schools that long.
Well, Will Hester, his second time around, 3 seasons in 2013 to 15, 38-4, won a state championship at the 6A level. He went on to start the Nolensville program, went to Florence, Alabama, came back to Ravenwood last year, went 10-3. Scott Stidham, his first year, he started the program at South Gibson, had a great run there, and he's taken over for Scott Blade, who had another run here as well and won a state championship on the 5A level. Interesting, these two teams won state championships the same year, one at 6A Ravenwood, one at 5A Independence. Well, I had a chance to catch up with both coaches. Scott Stidham will follow that, but first, Ravenwood's Will Hester.
Yeah, the tiebreaker is pretty simple. You win, you host, you lose, you go on the road. That's really all that matters.
Yeah, well, just tell me about your team up until this point, and I know, we'll talk about your quarterback, Chris Parson, as well, and just how he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, we started out the year really well. Played some tough teams early on, obviously an NBA team that everybody knows about, and Oakland from Murfreesboro. Those were a couple of our non-region games. Then we got into the league and started out well in the league, and then our quarterback, Chris Parson, that you mentioned, got a little banged up after a non-region game with Hendersonville. And then we've had to kind of redefine ourselves while we're waiting for him to get back. And we dropped a game against Centennial, which put us in this situation. And now it's one of those deals where you got to win and you got to take care of business because you don't want to be traveling to Memphis that first week.
No, and is Parson, I know you don't want to give away any secrets, but do you think he could maybe get out there Friday night? Selfishly, I'm hoping so.
I mean, I know that he's working super hard to get back as soon as he can, and, it's basically a day-to-day deal with him, but he's really, really motivated to get back and join his team as fast as he can. Of
course, the Mississippi State commitment as well. When you look at Independence, what do you have to do to be successful?
Well, I mean, they're a very talented team. They do a great job of being balanced. They got a great running back in Trey Hartwell that you got to try to slow down. I don't know that you can stop him, but you got to try to slow him down from having a monster game against you. They've played some different quarterbacks. The Sapone kid that they've been playing recently has done a really good job of managing the game and kind of spreading it around. They have a Katina young man at receiver. It feels like there's been a Katina playing football at Independence for the last 10 or 15 years, but he's another one in a long line of great players. And defensively, they're a solid team. A lot of teams in our league look very similar with a 3-4 style. They're another one of those, just like we are. We got to find a way to be able to run the football and kind of keep them off balance by throwing as much as we can.
Well, and I see that. I mean, you're averaging 6.5 5 yards per carry as a team with Pace at over 6 and Chapman and Parson. And you've always had that thought of running the football to set up the pass.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously the game nowadays is very quarterback driven. The emergence of the RPO and all those kinds of things. In order to keep a defense on their toes, you got to be able to do a little bit of both of those. But in the end, playoff football this time of year, the temperature starts to change, the weather gets a little bit iffy. Playing great defense and running the football has always been a great recipe for success this time of year, and I don't think this year's any different.
Scott Stidham, he is the coach at Independence.
Yeah, and, a couple weeks ago we lost to Brentwood in overtime by 1, and to have this on the table and this opportunity is something we weren't sure was going to come about, but we're excited to have the opportunity against a great Ravenwood team.
Well, tell me about your team. How you feel about it going in right here, this stretch drive, and then heading into the playoffs?
Well, I feel like we're playing our best football. We have 25 seniors that, it's my first year here. It's hard to be a senior and have a new coach and a change because Coach Blade was so successful here before me. So to have those kids buy in says a lot about the kind of kids they are and what kind of high character they have. So they're special, a special group. And, Independence has had an unbelievable success. We won a state championship in 2015, finished second twice. But those were all in 5A. We've never hosted a 6A playoff game. So it's something that's on the table for a senior class to kind of set their legacy on Friday night.
When you look at Ravenwood, what do you need to do to be successful?
Oh, man, they're so good. Obviously we know with their quarterback hurt and out or hasn't played, but they've still scored a lot of points without him, which is a credit to Coach Hester and then how they utilize their depth. They can run it. And they can also throw it. I thought they were really successful last week watching on film against JP2. So it's going to come down to they're really big up front. We've got to be able to match their physicality and not let them just run the ball down our throat. And then same thing offensively, we've got to find a way to run the ball ourselves and block a really good defensive front.
Well, and Trey Hartwell, your leading running back at 851 yards, 5.8 yards per carry. I guess he's your workhorse back there.
He is. Trey's very gifted as a running back. He's big and strong and can run. That's a good combination for him. And if our offensive line continues to improve and battle and gets him into the linebackers and secondary, then he can do some really good things for us. So we're fortunate to have Trey on our side for sure. With
what's on the line, the last week of the regular season, and playing for a region championship and hosting a playoff game or two down the road or more, I bet it's going to be a big night at Independence High School Friday night.
Oh, there's no doubt. Our students are unbelievable. Indy Nation will be out there, and they'll be out early, and so they've been at every game. So having a big one Friday and everything that's at stake, it'll be a great atmosphere from both sides, and we're just excited to get there. We need a couple more great days of preparation and then see what we can do on Friday.
Sir Speedy is a proud sponsor of high school football on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio. At Sir Speedy Music City, we provide commercial print, signs, and mailing services to companies all over Tennessee and actually all over the world. If you need anything like that, you give us a call, 615-832-9511, SirSpeedyMusicCity.com. We are a proud sponsor of high school athletics on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio. Call us at 615-832-9511. Go to the web at SirSpeedyMusicCity.com or email us at print@SirSpeedyMusicCity.com. We are the official sign company of the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week.
Did you know there's a place where you can get good neighbor service and surprisingly great rates on home and auto insurance? Yep, and that place is, ta-da, State Farm. Here's the deal. State Farm agent Austin Hardy is your go-to agent in the Middle Tennessee community for the service you desire at the price you want. So stop shopping around. State Farm agent Austin Hardy has you covered. Call 615-810-9999 for your surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
If you're in the mood for quality burgers and handmade milkshakes, Mooyah is where you need to be. With 2 locations in Brentwood and Franklin, Mooyah is your only choice for handcrafted Angus beef burgers, fresh cut fries, and homemade ice cream milkshakes. With vegan, paleo, and keto options, Mooyah has something for every taste. Order online, dine in, or carry out. Located in Brentwood and in Franklin off West McEwen Drive. For the best quality and the best taste at the best price, make it Mooyah.
With 13 locations nationally, including Smyrna, Star Leasing Company is a semi-trailer one-stop shop and the perfect place to build a career as a semi-trailer mechanic. Seeking candidates with all levels of experience, Star Leasing Company has a semi-trailer technician trainee program with sign-on and quarterly bonuses and other opportunities such as $1,000 for having a yearly physical. Package also includes 401k with company match, health, dental, and vision insurance, competitive pay with weekly paychecks, and paid holidays and time off. Star Leasing Company, not your typical semi-trailer leasing company. It's starleasing.com to learn more.
The Omni Nashville Hotel, located 5th Avenue downtown, and proud sponsor of the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week, is Nashville's premier destination for the highest quality accommodations. Start your day with a cup of Bongo Java and the Biscuit Bar at Kitchen Notes. Indulge your taste with the best beef in Music City at Bob's Steak and Chop House. And wrap yourself in luxury at Macara Day Spa before enjoying a nightcap at Barlines. And when it comes time to host those holiday partings and gatherings of family, let the Omni Nashville Hotel take all the worry off your plate. Proud sponsor of the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week and located in the heart of Music City, the Omni Nashville Hotel is your only choice. The Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue downtown.
It's the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Joe Fisher with play-by-play and Greg Vogue color analysis. Now to the field for your first half coverage. Here's Joe Fisher.
There is nothing better than playing football at the end of the regular season that means something. And Ravenwood and Independence both playing a huge game tonight here at Independence High School. Both teams 5-4 overall. Both teams 3-1 in Region 7-6A. 2 of 4 teams tied for the lead in Region 7-6A. So basically we heard it in the interviews, Greg. Winner tonight has a home playoff game. Loser tonight has a road playoff game. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, 4 teams, 3-1. Ravenwood, Brentwood, Centennial, Independence. The 2, and they're playing here, Ravenwood, Independence, up the road, Brentwood and Centennial. The winner of those 2 are 1-2. I'm not going to try to figure out the tiebreaker any further than that. You can join Prep Football Talk tomorrow morning, and we'll tell you exactly. But the losers of these 2 games, they go west. Because you got to remember, this is Region 7 of 6A, which is considered the furthest west region outside of 8 in Memphis. So there's no 6A teams in between. So one of these teams is going to Memphis, and one will be at home.
Ravenwood won the toss. They deferred. They will kick off, moving right to left. And you mentioned it, Greg. It looks like Florida State against Notre Dame with the uniform combinations. White, gold, red for Ravenwood. Dark blue with white and gold for Independence. Kickoff is in the air. It's going to be fielded by Trey Hartwell, who drops it, picks it up at the 6 to the 10, hit immediately, dropped at the 15. So that's where Independence will start. 1st and 10. Their quarterback is Brooks Sapone. He is a senior, 5'11", 175, 73 for 143 for 1,032 yards, 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Offensive line, Blackburn, Matheny, Downing, Woodward, and Johnson. Running back, and we're going to call his name a lot tonight, Greg, Trey Hartwell. He is their bell cow.
Yeah, indeed he is, and just a workhorse. Big, strong, physical, 6 foot, 220, runs downhill, and can just run right over you, averaging right at 6 yards per carry.
851 yards on the season. First down from the shotgun formation. Sapone looking to throw. Comes near side, incomplete. Overthrew his intended receiver. Was looking for Peyton Curtin. Wide receivers Daniel Morales, Hudson Cobb, although Curtin was in. And the start there, the tight end Justice Duarte. That'll be 2nd and 10 as we are just underway. I would imagine the nerves are going to be a little bit on edge early on here, knowing what they're playing for tonight.
Indeed, and as it might shake out, a region championship as well, depending on other things. I want to let people know that there are 2 cowbells in this stadium, and both of them are right in front of me. That's it. There's no others anywhere in the building.
And I think that was on purpose. 2nd down and 10 from the shotgun once again. Sapone to throw, comes near side once again. This time he'll have the first down across the 25 to about the 28-yard line to Peyton Curtin. That's his 2nd catch of the year. That's the same play they ran on first down, came right back to it, and this time connected for the gain of 14.
Yeah, like we said, they're going to run the football, right? They come out and throw 2 in a row.
Well, you have to wonder when it loads up that way. Maybe the team that has a little bit of success throwing the football might have a bit of an advantage tonight. We'll see. First down from the 29-yard line, just underway. Sapone in the shotgun, 2 wideouts left. They'll hand off to Hartwell. He'll bounce it right across the 30, across the 35, out to the 36, and a nice gain on first down. Lucas Houston, outstanding junior cornerback, led the defensive charge there for the Raptors, but it was a gain of 7 yards on first down.
Yeah, it's 6 foot, 220, a little bit of a burst, certainly big, strong, physical, as I mentioned. A great kid, according to Coach Scott Stidham, and they're going to put the ball in his. If they're running downhill with him, they're going to have a lot of success in a lot of areas.
2nd and 3, the ball spotted at the 36-yard line, 10:48 to go in this opening quarter. First offensive possession here for Independence. The Eagles at home. They'll hand it off to Hartwell. He goes nowhere. Boy, he is snowed under at the line of scrimmage. Good pursuit there defensively. Getting in was Mason Green, the defensive end, 6'3", 211 to make the stop, and it'll be 3rd and 3.
Well, Mason Green getting a lot of group of 5 looks. He has a 4.5 GPA.
Oh, my.
What? I thought 4.
I don't even know how you do that.
Like a 4.5 GPA.
Well, that's like.
What is they give him, like, if you dress well and go make 100? What?
Isn't
I don't
like
know.
College classes and you get extra? I think that's how it works anyway, but still, that's way over my head. 3rd and 3. First 3rd down opportunity here for Independence. Looking to throw a Sapone. Blitz is coming. He's going to roll left. He has room. He'll have the 40. He'll have the 45, and he'll scoot out of bounds at midfield. Boy, when he got out to the left, there was no contain, Greg. It was wide open. And once he saw that green and that artificial turf, he never hesitated.
Yeah, and he had a burst. I call that a scamper. His feet were going like that. I mean, he wasn't these long strides, but he was out in that area that way. And once that RPO, they bit totally on that fake. He had open field.
So they spot it right at midfield. Ball on the far hash mark. Independence, the Eagles moving left to right as you listen in those dark blue jerseys, white pants, and gold helmets. First down and 10 for the Eagles from midfield. Sapone in the shotgun. He's going to hand to Hartwell. Just powers over the left side for a couple, and that's about all. Not a lot of room over there on that left side of the offensive line. Defensively, Green, Lang, and Christian. They don't have a lot of size, Greg, on their defensive side of the football. So that's going to be something to pay attention to tonight, whether the size might become a problem for Ravenwood as this game goes on.
Well, Coach Hester called it a 3-4 base, but with slant and angle tendencies. That way they just don't get overpowered.
Gain of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8 from the Ravenwood 48-yard line. Sapone with a blitz coming, throws far side pass, caught out of bounds. It will be a first down just past the sticks on the reception. That's Daniel Morales, the senior, with his 34th catch of the year. Out of bounds just inside the 40. This put it at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, and that put him over 500 yards receptions for the season. He's averaging 15 yards a catch.
This is an offense in Independence. It doesn't rack up a lot of yards. You look, their total offense per game is under 300 yards per game. But an opening drive here that has the ball to the Ravenwood 39, 1st and 10. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Sapone in the gun. Looking to throw once again. Now he's flush. Going to run again to the 35. Heads out of bounds, shy of the first down. About 2 yards shy of the first down. Houston chases him out of bounds, but a nice 8-yard gain on first down.
Well, out of that 3-4, Ravenwood comes with the outside blitz. He reads it, runs right past him into that open area on that far left side.
It's interesting. You mentioned it. Sapone probably projects in college as a defensive player, but he's been sort of forced into this with the injury to Pagach, who was their starting quarterback the transfer from Ensworth, and has played well.
Yeah, over 1,000 yards passing, 7 touchdowns, 114 yards throwing the ball, but right now getting it done on the ground.
Gain of 7 on the play. Second down. Keeper by Sapone on the run-pass option. He's going to be close to a first down, just inside the 30. It looks to me, Greg, like he might be about a half a yard shy of the first down.
You know, I'm thinking about these cowbells. You know, I got to always, obsess on something.
Don't focus on it.
It could be the drones that we've had, or where the grills are set up in the end zone and somebody's going to die in a fiery crash after a touchdown. Right now, if you're going to do cowbells, right, Chris Parson, who's sitting out, the quarterback at Ravenwood, is going to Mississippi State.
He's going to get used to it. That's right. Third and less than a yard. Ball inside the 30-yard line. Handoff. Hartwell was drilled at the line of scrimmage, but forced it forward and got enough for the first down. A big hit by Tanner Shuck, the senior 233-pound linebacker, but still with the force, Hartwell able to get just enough to move the chains to the 29.
Well, the strength of this 3-4 are their middle linebackers. Tanner Shuck on the outside, Drake Stolenwork. Both of them had been invited to the East-West All-Star game in December in Chattanooga.
7:50 to go in this opening quarter. This is the first offensive possession for either team. Independence started at its own 15-yard line. They have moved it to the Ravenwood 29. 1st and 10. Sapone to throw. Has plenty of time. Looking toward the end zone. Has a man. Touchdown! Touchdown, Independence. Luke McNeely, the junior, with his second catch of the season, his first touchdown, and the Eagles cash in on their opening drive.
Well, certainly biting on the play fake, had no double coverage deep, man-on-man coverage, that crossing route, and Sapone hit the man right in stride.
8th touchdown pass of the season for Sapone. So Landrick Majewski comes on to attempt the extra point. He is 21 of 24 in point afters this season. I believe there are flags down before that kick was executed. Matt Nix is our referee tonight, and that's going to be illegal procedure on the Eagles. An impressive opening drive, and you mentioned it, Greg, a real key was Sapone running the football.
Right, and then the bite on the play action to set up the touchdown pass over the middle.
So with a 5-yard walk-off, this will now become a 25-yard point after attempt. Good crowd here tonight. Big crowd on hand. It's senior night. Kick is on the way. It was almost blocked, and it is good. 85-yard opening drive for the Independence Eagles, who lead 7-0 on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
Located at 2705 Nolensville Pike, Southern Trophy has been serving Nashville and Middle Tennessee for over 62 years. Southern Trophy offers a wide array of services like custom-designed awards, cast bronze plaques, etched crystal awards, laser-engraved corporate gifts, promotional items, merch, embroidery, screen printing, signage, and banners. Browse their entire collection online at southerntrophy.com or on Facebook at Southern Trophy. Feel free to give them a call at 615-256-7295. That's 615-256-7295. Southern Trophy. They do their best to help you recognize your best.
This is WNSR's broadcast of the Mid-State Checkdown High School Game of the Week. Here's Joe Fisher.
An impressive opening drive for Independence. The Eagles go 85 yards for the opening score. And the kickoff is a bouncer picked up at the 25 by an up man to the 30, trying to run to the left, tackled at the 31-yard line. And that is where Colton Pace is dropped, and that's where Ravenwood will start 1st and 10. Their quarterback, Greg, this is an unusual situation. If he's wearing the number he was wearing in warm-ups, it's number 85. He is a freshman, Maverick Chance, and he's been handed the keys now with the injury to their usual starter, Chris Parson.
Yeah, Will Hester says he's too young to be scared.
Yep.
But then again, you're not afraid to make a mistake.
And they're going to load 3 receivers bunched to the left side on first down from the 31-yard line. Chance with a handoff, tailback hit it hard at the 32-yard line. And that, I believe, is Trey Hallett. No, it's actually Carter Pace. Pace is their leading runner, 907 yards, 21 rushing touchdowns this season for Carter Pace. Offensive line, Edwards, Thompson, Appleton, Baldwin, and Jones. They've got some size, especially on the left side of the offensive line. From the shotgun on 2nd down and 8. Looking to throw is the freshman Chance. Now scrambled, now drilled. Ball came loose. That ball is out. That ball is still scrambling for and recovering his independence inside the 20-yard line. That is number 28, Trey Stribling, who came up with the football. The freshman stepped into the traffic, Greg, and could not protect the football.
No, he cocked it back, and the ball came out as he was going forward, so it was, I think, exactly the right call. The ball did come out on that forward motion, but it came out before he was in that throwing motion.
So with the turnover, Independence will get the ball at the 19-yard line. Outstanding field position. Eagles leading 7-0, 6:50 left to go in this first quarter. And they'll run a full house backfield now in the shotgun. Sapone hands off to Hartwell. He'll try the right side and push it to the 15-yard line, a gain of 4. Well, they loaded up, Greg. We saw this formation earlier this year with 2 running backs standing one to each side on the shoulder of the quarterback, and then a running back behind the quarterback as well.
It's like a wishbone from the pistol.
Hartwell on 2nd down, not going to get much. Good defense there by Ravenwood. As they stand him up at the line of scrimmage, that brings up 3rd down.
But you have 2 up backs, right?
Yep.
And then the one behind, and the quarterback standing in between them up a little bit, so you call it a pistol. But it's a variation of a wing T
Yes,
look.
it is, yep. 3rd down and a long 5. Ball at the 15-yard line. Just past the midway point, first quarter. Independence leading Ravenwood 7-0. Sapone in the shotgun, looking left, throws, pass underthrown, and incomplete. Had a receiver that hooked up right at the first down marker, but the throw was a little bit short, intended for Hudson Cobb, and that will force the field goal unit to come on, and that'll be Landrick Majewski. Majewski is 6 for 7 in field goals this year. His season long is 39 yards. This looks to be about 32 yards. Sapone is the holder. Majewski, the right-footed kicker. Good snap. Kick is on the way. Plenty of leg. And that kick is no good. Missed it wide right. Had plenty of distance, but pushed it wide to the right. So Ravenwood dodges the bullet, Greg, with the turnover. They give up no points.
Yeah, get into the red zone, get nothing from the turnover. So certainly Ravenwood's got to be happy with that turn of events when you put the ball on the ground like that.
So let's see if the freshman Maverick Chance, after some discussions on the sideline after the opening turnover.
Well, and that just came from him trying to do too much.
I think so.
And not understanding, hey, live for another play.
First down from the 20-yard line. There's a drone over the field there, Greg. I
don't
want
tell
to point
me that.
I'm sorry.
Don't tell me.
But there is. I just saw it.
Maybe it'll come take this cowbell.
Man in motion. Handoff on first down. Big hole. Close to a first down. Pace out to the 30. I think forward progress to the 31. Pace averaging 6 yards per carry against JP2, and they're a close loss, 130 yards and 3 touchdowns. It is a first down to the 31. They'll bunch those 3 receivers wide left on first down. Chance with the handoff. Pace bounces left, moves across the 40, still on his feet. He may go midfield, 40, 35, 30, being chased from behind, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Touchdown, Ravenwood. Pace goes the distance for the score.
Just a quick hitter up the middle. It opens up. There was really no gap protection from the defense whatsoever. They would been spread out. You had the 3 wide to the far left here. That was nothing but eye candy for that play.
69 yards unofficially on the run, and now on for the opportunity to tie this game is Drew Crabtree for the extra point. He is a sophomore. This is a Ravenwood team that averages 275 yards rushing per game. Crabtree's extra point is up, and it is good, and we are all even. 5:06 to go in the opening quarter. Independence 7, Ravenwood 7 on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
This is the Greg Vogue and John Burton Show.
Welcome, Angie McCartney.
When he'd come home, Jim would say to him, "How are your bowels, son? Are you eating properly?" He'd go, "Oh, Dad, I'm a beetle. You don't ask me about my bowels." Oh, it's not that funny. Come on.
We didn't expect to be talking about Paul's bowels this morning.
Greg Vogue and News Channel 5's John Burton, WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio. Welcome back to the Midstate Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week on WNSR. Here's Joe Fisher.
Well, Ravenwood dodges the big bullet after the turnover. They do not give up points, and then they get the big run to even this game at 7-7.
And the 22nd touchdown by Pace on the season as well. So he knows where to find the end zone.
Yeah, he's knocking on 1,000 yards now after that run. Came in at 9:07.
Bang, bang here, huh?
Had a feeling it might be this way tonight. These two teams very even in a lot of ways. Kickoff is on the way. That will be fielded by Hartwell at the 3 to the 10, 15, 20, just lowers his shoulder, gets what he can to about the 24. Well, I don't think that's a guy you want to cover on the kickoff team if he's 6', 220 coming at you like that.
Yeah, full speed, about 20 yards head of steam, lowers his shoulder. I'm going Olay.
Making a business decision,
yes,
as it were. 5 minutes even left to go in the opening quarter. Independence and Ravenwood tied at 7. Region championship quite possibly on the line. Certainly home playoff game is on the line for the winner. Sapone in the gun on first down. 2 wideouts right, 1 left. Hands off Hartwell, is going to try the right side. He's going to be upended at the 25. Really good pursuit defensively there for Ravenwood. Ogbuzaki was there to make the tackle. Had good pursuit, actually 3 defenders right there to cut off that right side. Jacobic, Jack Henry Jacobic, who is a senior safety, came in. He read that play beautifully and got in on that tackle.
Yeah, with the 3-4, you see it. They have speed. One thing that Ravenwood doesn't have is that size up front. That way you're going to see that 3-4, even a 3-5, if you will.
Gave him 2 yards on the play. 2nd down and 8. Blitz is coming from the far side. Pass on the quick slant, incomplete. He dropped it. Boy, it hit him right in the hands, and unfortunately, Justice Duarte, the tight end, turned around maybe a touch too late and could not hang on.
Just a basic seam route right down the middle. Had him in stride. He's still running if he catches that.
Instead, 3rd down and 8. That's one of those. He put his hands up on his helmet the second the ball got past him because he knew they had just missed a big play. 3rd down from the 26-yard line. 3rd and 8 for the Eagles. 2 wide right, 1 left. Sapone in the gun once again. Looking to throw. 4-man rush. Fires far side. Pass is broken up and incomplete. That's a long pass across the field and great closing speed by Jaden Smitherman, who got there, the sophomore, who broke that up, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, that ball stayed in the air quite a long time. It's lucky that thing didn't go the other way.
Andrew Bingham on to punt, 33.8-yard average with a long of 61 on the season. Standing back near his 10-yard line. High snap, rush coming, gets it away. It's a good one. It's a long one. It's going to bounce at the 30, bounces into the air inside the 25, will trickle to about the 23 and stop there. So he got a really good punt away against the rush, and that's where Ravenwood will start 1st down from their own, let's call it the 28-yard line.
51 yards on that punt, yeah. And he tried to settle a little bit of the running into the kicker, but he didn't. He stayed up. Yeah, he stayed up. He looked at it, and then he thought, if I would have just fallen down, maybe.
Pull the soccer play on him and just flop,
But 57 yards on that punt.
They mark it at the 23-yard line.
Excuse me.
1st down, a jet sweep running right. Not much there, but maybe getting 3 or 4 yards out of it is Ethan Smith, who is the senior. That is his 2nd carry of the season, as he ran to the right side and ended up picking up 4 yards on 1st down, out of bounds at about the 28. 3:48 to go in the opening quarter. Independence and Ravenwood tied at 7 apiece. Shotgun formation for the freshman quarterback, Maverick Chance. Chance came into the game 11 for 13 passing for 101 yards and a touchdown. Handoff to Pace up the middle across the 30 to about the 32. That'll bring up 3rd down and 2 for the Raptors.
Maverick Chance will be auditioning for a new Top Gun role in Top Gun 3.
There you go. I was trying to think of other guys I know named Maverick. I know Maverick McNeely. Plays golf, professional tour. There aren't many I've heard with the first name Maverick.
There was an old TV show, Maverick.
Absolutely. James Garner. 3rd and 2. Boy, I'm showing my age. Handoff to the tailback. I believe he's going to have enough for the first down. Pace across the 34-yard line. That will be enough to move the chains. I think Jack Kelly was the other Maverick in that, by the way.
We talking about not having Chris Parson. Independence doing out without the number 2 overall prospect, senior prospect in the state, the tight end Ty Lockwood, who's committed to Alabama, and he's been out for several weeks.
First down from the 34. Handoff, tailback across the 35, not much, maybe to the 37-yard line, and that's about all.
Some early fireworks, Joe, but doesn't this now seem to be the kind of game we thought we would settle into? Sort of run the football, don't make mistakes. You got a freshman quarterback on one side. Yeah, this is more like what we anticipated.
3 receivers split wide to the left. Man in motion will go to the left shoulder of Chance, the quarterback in the shotgun. Early movement and across the line of scrimmage, and that's going to prompt a penalty. Jumping across the line of scrimmage was Reese Pickering, and that's going to be one they call unabated to the quarterback, if you will. So a 5-yard walk-off will make it now 2nd down and a long 2 with the ball at the 42-yard line. They'll bunch 3 receivers left, loading up on this left side. Chance with a high snap in the shotgun, hands off. Tailback across the 45 to the 47-yard line. That's Keontae Chapman. Chapman, the senior. And this is a prolific running group. He's got over 600 yards rushing this year.
You know, neither one of these teams, front seven, very big at all. The quote from Scott Stidham, no one walking the halls of Independence did God make a defense or offensive line.
That was a great quote. First down from the 48-yard line, toss right. Chapman into Independence territory down to the 44-yard line. Cartua Chapman had 93 yards rushing in the loss to JP2, which is now what, Pope John Paul Prep, right?
Up in Hendersonville, indeed. One of the top quarterbacks in the state. He's been out. Kenny Minchie, who's committed to Pitt.
2nd down and 3. Ball at the 44-yard line of the Eagles. Handoff of the delay. Running left inside the 40 should be enough for a first down on the carry, and that is Chapman once again with the carry. Matthew Yvonne with the tackle, but it is enough for a Raptors first down. Clock is running. We're in the final minute of the opening quarter of play in a 7-7 game. From the gun, the freshman Chance looks to the sideline. Chapman is the tailback.
Independence jump, no call that time.
Handoff Chapman right up the gut. Upended at about the 35-yard line. Tackle made by Steele Katina, who is a two-way player for Independence. That could be the final play of the opening quarter, depending on how fast Ravenwood wants to go. 20 seconds left.
Yet another one of those Steele Katina
yes.
at linebacker. Steele and Maverick.
And I believe the Raptors are going to be content to let the clock run out. That's what they're going to do. They're already headed to the sideline. Excellent opening quarter of play, and we are all even. Independence 7 and Ravenwood 7 on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
The Omni Nashville Hotel, located 5th Avenue downtown, and proud sponsor of the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week, is Nashville's premier destination for the highest quality accommodations. Start your day with a cup of Bongo Java and the Biscuit Bar at Kitchen Notes. Indulge your taste with the best beef in Music City at Bob's Steak and Chop House. And wrap yourself in luxury at Macara Day Spa before enjoying a nightcap at Bar Lines. And when it comes time to host those holiday partings and gatherings of family, let the Omni Nashville Hotel take all the worry off your plate. Proud sponsor of the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week, and located in the heart of Music City, the Omni Nashville Hotel is your only choice. The Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue, downtown.
You're listening to the Mid-State Checkdown High School Game of the Week, live on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio. Here's Joe Fisher.
On 2nd down and 5, a toss for Ravenwood, running left down the sideline. Katina's going to go the distance for the touchdown, 34 yards. Outstanding blocking, a wonderful play design. And that was Colton Pace, going the distance for the score on the toss. Pace running left, Greg. There was nobody home.
Well, he lined up in the right H-back position. All of the motion went the other way. He does, and really basically a jet sweep.
Yep.
Toss right up there. Everybody bid on the play action to the right.
There was nobody on the left side, and Colton Pace, his 3rd touchdown of the season, and the extra point is up, and it is good. So on the opening play of the 2nd quarter, the Raptors have seized the lead. It's 14-7 Ravenwood on WNSR and Nashville Sports Radio.
Slim's Tender Mac Bowls are back. We start with a 3-cheese blend to make our delicious mac and top it with chopped hand-breaded tenders and Colby Jack cheese. Try the Tender Mac Bowl meal or the Buffalo Tender Mac Bowl meal, both served with Texas toast and a medium drink. But hurry, they're only around for a limited time. Download the Slim Chickens app to order and earn rewards.
This is Nashville's best high school football coverage. WNSR's Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Here's Joe Fisher.
34-yard touchdown run by Colton Pace, the senior on senior night, has given Ravenwood, senior night for Independence, has given Ravenwood a 14-7 lead with 11:49 to go in this first half. These two teams among 4 teams sharing the lead in the region, trying to secure a home playoff game of the win tonight. Short kick fielded by the up man at the 17-yard line, trying to range left to right. That's not going to work. He's going to be dropped right at the 18-yard line. Usually on kickoffs, Greg, we've seen it. If you run east and west, it's probably not going to work.
Yeah, he went east to southwest.
So they will mark it at the 18-yard line, and that's where Independence will start first down. Independence with a touchdown pass from Sapone to get onto the board. But now Ravenwood has answered with a couple of scores and leads 14-7.
And really sees momentum with that stop, getting the ball after the turnover with no touchdown, bang, bang, 2 scores.
Pistol formation on first down. Quick pass coming near side is broken up and incomplete. Once again, closing quickly was Lucas Houston on the pass that was intended for Peyton Curtin. Houston jumped that route, almost picked it.
Yeah, got there, timed it perfectly. Initially, I thought he might have been there a second or two early, but good no call. 2nd
and 10 on the play. Sapone on the sideline and now heads back out into the huddle. Just underway, 2nd quarter, 14-7 Ravenwood. 2 wide out, split left. Independence moving right to left as you listen. Ball spotted at the 18-yard line. Sapone looking right, fires right side, pass called, immediately short gain to about the 22, and that's going to be all on the catch by Hudson Cobb, the senior. That is his 16th reception of the year.
Yeah, and a play made right in front of junior defensive back Houston Lucas, very physical player that Coach Hester says, knock, knock, next level.
Yep. Third down and let's call it 6. Clock running, 11 minutes left to go in this first half as the Cowbells in front of us playing once again. Greg's enjoying that thoroughly.
Well, they're not playing.
3rd and 6. Sapone to throw. Blitz is coming. Being chased left. Looking downfield, pointing for a receiver to go to the sideline. Pass is incomplete. Looking at the 45-yard line, looking for his receiver, McNeely. The ball was a bit underthrown and out of reach, and it'll be 4th down. The pressure from the Raptors got to him that time.
He needed 6 yards. He had 15 yards of open space in front of him, trying to make the play, running left, throwing against his body. He could have run and tucked and ran for 10 yards, 15 at least. There was nobody in that flat.
And on their scoring drive, he had a couple of very good runs, but that time tried to pass it downfield. So now 4th down. Bingham, the punter, standing back inside his own 10-yard line. Left footer gets it away. Low, wobbly, bounces and dies right at the 45-yard line. That's where Independence will down it. So good field position for the Raptors, where they will start 1st down and 10 after the punt of 27 yards. That was like a Greg Pogue pitching wedge. Boy, it just hit, it just stopped right there.
No, it got off the ground.
Well, there is that.
It didn't break anybody's kneecap.
It's right. Was not in the trees. Artificial turf surface here.
Just a beautiful field.
Really
I tell you
is.
what, been so impressed this fall with our Mid-State check down the game, going to so many wonderful, wonderful venues.
Absolutely. 1st down from the 45-yard line. Handoff. Pace left side across midfield into Eagle territory. He'll get 9 down to the 46-yard line. So Pace, after the big touchdown run in the first quarter, knocking on 100 yards already here tonight.
Yeah, and that right side of that line, Jacob Thompson, 6'3", 290 junior, and he's every bit of it.
2nd down and 1. Give on the delay. This time good pursuit by the Eagles and a tackle for a loss of a yard on the play. Samuel Noah Wilson, the senior linebacker, got in there, made the first contact, and loss of a yard on the play. So now 3rd and a long 2 for the Raptors.
Like we said, neither one of these teams have big guys up front. A couple of them, obviously, that are playing on the outside of each line, but both of these defenses in a 3-4, very much a lot of stunt. They can't just sit there and be overpowered.
3rd down and 2. In the shotgun. Handoff. Inside the 45, it will be enough for the 1st down. They lined up in a wildcat. They put Chapman to take the snap. Chapman handed the ball off to Pace, and Pace got the 1st down. Down to the 43-yard line.
It just seems like Ravenwood is taking control of this game on both sides of the ball.
1st down from the Eagles, 43. Man in motion left to right. Hand off to Pace inside the 40 to the 39. He'll get 4 on 1st down.
Of course, both these programs with championship pedigree, 2 state championships at Ravenwood, 2005 and 2015. That was Will Hester's previous stint here. And, of course, Independence won it in 2015, but it being the 5A state championship for that 9-year playoff run of Scott Blade.
2nd down and 6. In the shotgun formation. Handoff, tailback inside the 40, 35. Oh, he's upended at the 30. He was a step away from taking that one to the house as well, as Carter Pace over 100 yards already here in the first half.
Yeah, and that's just lining up power football right there. And that's what Coach Scott Stidham said. Of all the things that we're afraid of is just people blowing us straight away like that. And that's what's happening right now.
First down ball just inside the 30 at the Independence 29. Man in motion right to left. Hand off to Pace. Boy, he's inside the 25 to the 20. He is a burst, Greg. He gets 5-10 yards very quickly.
Yeah, and at that next level, but once again, either gap, right of the center, that thing's not going much outside of the tackle box. Any of these carries right now, straight downhill.
And Ravenwood lining up without a huddle. They like the pace they're in right now. The quarterback, the freshman Chance. A little toss running right, this time inside the 20 to the 15 to the 14-yard line. That's Ethan Smith. Technically, that would be a pass, Greg, because he ran in front of the quarterback, just sort of a touch pass to Smith as he cut and got the first down to the 14.
It's a jet sweep pass is basically what it is, a little forward toss to Ethan Smith. Ethan Smith came into this game leading this team, 27 catches, 383 yards.
7:25 to go in this first half. Ravenwood leading 14-7 and in the red zone. Handoff to Pace. He'll work it inside the 10 to the 9. And again, as you said, Greg, they're not messing around. They're just running from guard to guard right up the gut.
Well, and he's slow, sort of picking his way and watching how the line play develops in front of him, and they're just blowing that offensive line, the defense, off 3-4 yards deep.
And
right
that
now
was a 4-yard gain. They mark it down officially at the 10-yard line, 2nd and 6. High snap handoff. This time, Eagles' good defense. Pace is dropped for a loss back at the 11. Good pursuit getting in there defensively is Trey Stribling, the senior. That's his 9th tackle for loss of the year.
Basically a zone blitz from the outside. You fake that, you go around the outside. He's still. I always like to say he's still running, but that would have put him at Cool Springs.
That's right.
So no, he wouldn't. He only needed to go a short period.
Yeah, from Thompson Station to Cool Springs is not a short run.
No, and it's you could probably run it quicker than you can drive.
Well, there is. I was going to say there is that. That's for sure. 3rd down and 7. Long look to the sideline to get the play call in, and I believe, in fact, they're going to take a timeout, and Ravenwood will take the timeout. We will as well, with 6:10 to go in the half. Ravenwood 14, Independence 7 on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
Greg Pogue back once again to tell you about Bongo Java, Nashville's oldest and most celebrated coffee company, now also located in the Omni Nashville Hotel. Reward yourself for surviving Nashville traffic with fresh, locally roasted coffee, classic handcrafted espresso drinks, and fresh baked goods all day long. And free Wi-Fi, so you don't have to work from home. Number 1 in customer service. You made it through the traffic. Reward yourself with a perfect pick-me-up at Bongo Java. Fresh coffee, delicious treats, great atmosphere. Open 6 a.m. until 2 p.m. daily. Bongo Java at the Omni Nashville Hotel.
You're listening to the Mid-State Checkdown High School Game of the Week on WNSR. Here's Joe Fisher.
Great to have you with us. Ravenwood 14, Independence 7, 6:10 to go in the opening half.
Through November, Saturday mornings, the longest-running high school football prep show, Prep Football Talk, presented by Freeman Webb, Coach Bubba Spears, myself, and we will have all of the brackets tomorrow morning at 8:15, and we'll also be talking with our Week 10 players of the week, Arian Carter and head coach Matt Williams at Smyrna High School.
Hard to believe this is the final week of the regular season already. Chapman is in at quarterback. They snap it to him in the Wildcat. Hands off to Paves, who weases over the right side and gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Boy, an outstanding job by Carter Pace of just picking his way through the traffic, Greg. Very patient running, and took it to the house for the score.
Maybe one of those runs on that drive outside of the tackle box, but mostly just straight ahead, push ahead, and use your size up front against the smaller defensive front of Independence.
Carter Pace is among the leading scorers in the state. That's his 23rd touchdown of the season. And with 6:03 to go in the half, Crabtree on to attempt the extra point. And it is up, and it is good. Ravenwood has seized command for the moment. 6:03 to go in the half. 21-7 Raptors on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
Hey Nashville, Ray here from Run With It. Let me tell you about our sponsor, Boom Boss Craft Pizza and Tap House. And with 4 locations in Bellevue, Murfreesboro, Spring Hill, and East Nashville, they're your home for the best gourmet pizza and craft beers in Music City. Join me on Monday nights at the East Nashville location for poker night. And if you think you know everything, try Wednesday night trivia at both locations. Gourmet pizzas, craft beers, online at BoomBozz.com. Boom Boss Craft Pizza and Tap House.
This is WNSR's broadcast of the Mid-State Checkdown High School Game of the Week. Here's Joe Fisher.
Carter Pace over 100 yards rushing in the first half, 2 touchdowns. Ravenwood 21-7 lead over Independence on senior night here for the Eagles with 6:03 left to go in this first half.
Halftime and postgame scoreboard show with Ray Doskey, Devlin McKenzie, particularly interested in that Brentwood Centennial game.
Absolutely. High, short kickoff fielded by the up man at the 18, 20, 25, 30. This time running north and south, pushes it out to about the 34-yard line. So a good return by Daniel Morales, and that will give nice field position to Independence. They'll start with the ball marked at the 34-yard line. They are in need of some points here, Greg. Ravenwood has taken momentum here in this first half.
Well, certainly you need to stack some first downs together, get a little momentum going with it, and keep Ravenwood's offense, because Ravenwood has found something, obviously, just with that power attack run game.
Well, let's see if we see a diet of Trey Hartwell, the tailback here, on first down from the 34-yard line. 2 wide to each side. The run-pass option, they dump it to the far side. Pass caught at the 35, out of bounds at the 40. That will be a gain of 6 on first down on the reception. On the catch made by Morales. Are you surprised at all, Greg, how much Independence has thrown the football in the first half?
Yeah, I am, because we thought, certainly with Hartwell, I thought we would get a strong taste of that and then work off the play action from there. But you watch Sapong, after every play, runs all the way to the sideline to get the call and all the way back out there.
2nd down and 5. They marked him out officially at the 39-yard line. In the gun. This time it will be Hartwell. He didn't get much. Maybe the 40, maybe the 41 before he is shut down there. Good pursuit defensively. That's Drake Stolenwork. Came in leading the team in tackles with 46 on the season and a couple of sacks. Gave up only a couple yards there, 3rd and 3.
Independence, although with that 5A state championship in 2015, has since moved up to 6A, has never hosted a playoff game at the 6A level. And Scott Stidham comes in from South Gibson. He started that program in 2009. They went 9-4 last year, the quarterfinals the last 2 years, and here he is at Independence.
And knocking on the door, but 3rd and 3, trailing 21-7 for the Eagles. Sapone looking to throw. Looking long, pass is underthrown and incomplete. Oh, he had him. Pass was underthrown, but the receiver, Hudson Cobb, broke on it, had it, dropped it.
And the cornerback fell down at the same time. The second drop of the game for Independence in a situation that could have produced 6.
That would have been a touchdown had he caught that football, because there was nobody else between Cobb and the end zone. So Andrew Bingham on to punt. Standing back inside the Eagles' 30-yard line. 5:06 left to go in the half. Raptors about to get the ball back, leading by 14. This is a low knuckleball fielded on a fair catch at the 20-yard line. So that's where Ravenwood will start first down on the reception by Colton Pace. 39 yards on the punt. I'm not sure that ball spun at all. That was a knuckleball all the way.
Phil Necro knuckleball?
Something like that. Hoyt Wilhelm. Tim Wakefield.
R.A. Dickey.
Oh, there you go.
Come on. R.A. Dickey.
Okay.
Come on. Mic drop.
That's right.
With the knuckleball.
First down for the Raptors from their own 20-yard line. Well, 5 minutes left to go in this first half, and leading by 14, and good defense on the pursuit there by Dawson Moore. The senior linebacker made the tackle for no gain on the play. Well, he closed off this entire left side defensively. Actually, a loss of a yard on the play. 2nd and 11. Taking the snap. Toss. Good defense once again. Pursuit, a loss back to the 15-yard line. That's Steele Katina, who was out there, and that's going to be a loss all the way back to the 15. Brings up 3rd and 15.
Yeah, slow developing play. Just read it, got into the backfield. By the way, you know me. I have a score of Independence 32 and Ravenwood 27. I'll explain in a minute.
Okay. That's not the current score.
No,
Okay.
That's for the play-by-play announcer.
I appreciate that.
I provide analysis.
Okay, there you go. I'm looking forward to you analyzing this. 3rd and 15. In the shotgun. Snap. Chance going to throw back near side to the 15. Upended at the 19. Not much of a gain at all. Good pursuit again by the Eagles on the reception by Shuck. And he was shut down. Katina was there along with Moore, and that brings up 4th down. good defensive stand by the Eagles.
Yeah, 3 and out, got behind the chains, did Ravenwood. An opportunity here to get the ball in plus territory, put another one up before halftime, and you've got a whole new ball game.
Calvin Wall back to receive the punt, standing at midfield. The punter, Ben Frazier, who is a senior, standing back at the 5-yard line. End over end, fair catch requested and made at the 48-yard line of the Eagles, where they will start first down with 3:06 left to go. 33 yards on the punt. I believe Independence has all 3 of its timeouts remaining.
Well, I did some research. Ravenwood has 27 cheerleaders here today, only to be surpassed by the 32 cheerleaders of Independence. Just saying.
They were here early.
Yep.
And they put in a lot of rehearsal time.
That's 59
there
cheerleaders.
You go. That's right.
And God bless their parents and
That's
everybody.
Right.
It's a lot of cheering.
A lot of cheering. There's a procedure penalty that's been called on Ravenwood. It's going to be waved off and declined. So instead of forcing them to punt again, they're just going to take the ball with Independence at the 48-yard line.
Well, it's also senior night here, and all the cheerleaders and all the people in the – so apparently there are no freshmen, sophomore, and juniors at Independence. They're all seniors.
And there's a lot of them. First down for the Eagles. 3:06 to go in the half. Ravenwood has rattled off 21 unanswered points to lead 21-7. Brooks Sapone, the quarterback, in the shotgun, looking to throw on first down. Fires far side, caught midfield. Across the 45, down to the 44-yard line, Trey Hartwell. Nice gain of 8 on first down.
And again, you run down there, get this thing into a single possession game. You really make up for a lot of some of the ills you had in this first half.
Had a couple of drops that were critical, has Independence. Hartwell over, I believe that's catch number 11 for him on the season. Second down and 3. Ball at the Raptors' 44-yard line. Shotgun formation with Hartwell at tailback. Hartwell will get the handoff. He'll try the right side. He'll have the first down to the 40-yard line. Good push there by the right side of the Eagles' offensive line. Johnson and Woodward over there on that right side, along with Downing, the center, to move the chains down to the 40. Clock continues to run. 2:12 left to go in this first half. Ravenwood will get the ball to open the second half, by the way. They won the toss and deferred to open this game. On first down, give Hartwell nothing. He was shut down at the line of scrimmage, maybe even lost a yard. Good pursuit defensively right there in the middle of that defensive line. Sam Christian, the defensive end, the senior, 6'1", 235, led the charge.
Well, right there on that RPO, nothing doing. Sapone, though, Ravenwood's defense bit, they pinched. Remember that first series where he was getting out in space and getting chunks.
Yeah, he had 2 or 3 significant runs on that opening scoring drive for the Eagles. Now 2nd and 11. In the gun is Sapone. Looking to throw. Pumps, now looking long, down the near sideline. Pass is underthrown and intercepted. Intercepted at the 18-yard line by the Raptors. That was Jaden Smitherman. That ball was well underthrown. Smitherman had it played perfectly. Pass was intended for Cobb, and the interception for Smitherman, his first of the year.
Tried to get the double look with it with the pump. No one bid on it whatsoever. Underthrown on top of that. Just basic man-to-man coverage out of that cover 2 deep. No chance.
You would think Ravenwood would be very conservative right here. They're going to get the ball to open the third quarter, leading 21-7 right now. You would think.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine they come out and start winging it around all over the place. But if they can get some chunk plays early here,
well, they had the long scoring run on a handoff right up the middle. On first down from the 18-yard line. Hand off to the tailback, and there goes Pace across the 25 out to the 28s. That is close to a first down, and believe they're going to give him credit for 10, maybe 11 yards forward progress to the 29.
You reel off a couple more of those, then you take some shots.
50 seconds left. Clock is running. Maverick Chance, the quarterback. Hands off up the middle again. That's pace across the 35 to the 37. Let's see if there's a timeout taken here. My guess is yes. No, they're going to let the clock run. I thought maybe they might consider a timeout, but they're going to let it go. 30 seconds left. Second down and a long 2. Going to see the same play once again. Up the middle again. First down again to midfield. Now maybe you consider 18.4 seconds left. Clock stops to move the chains.
Or you come in and clock it right now and get that, because right now you're not going to be able to get, there's just not enough time at 10 yards a carry.
Well, the clock is running as they set the chains. A lot of time is going to run away. Chance with play action. Looking long, downfield, far sideline, incomplete, overthrew everybody. Was looking for Ethan Smith. Ball was overthrown, and that's going to end the first half. Ravenwood gave up the opening touchdown on the first drive. Independence went the distance, but after that, it's been all Raptors in a 21-7 Ravenwood lead as we head to the break.
Well, and the power just right up the middle of the Ravenwood attack. Tackle to tackle, forward, nothing fancy about it, not even the RPO. They just handed it off out of that power eye and pushing that line forward.
Carter Pace over 100 yards in the opening half, a couple of touchdowns. And hopefully we'll have a quick visit here with Will Hester, the head coach of the Raptors, who's got to be pretty pleased heading to the halftime locker room. Independence took the opening drive, marched downfield, and scored, but after that, pretty much all Raptors.
All right, guys, I got the coach.
And Coach Will Hester is joining us. Coach, got off to a little bit of a rough start, but what changed?
We just kept playing. Obviously, get a turnover in their area. Great job by our defense to get the stop there, and some big runs out of Carter Pace. He's had a good night and been able to run the football. So, got to keep playing hard, get the ball to start the second half here. I can't let them steal a possession with an onside kick or anything, but we're in a good spot.
Nothing fancy, Coach, just running the ball straight ahead, tackle to tackle. You were getting that push, and a lot of those 10 to 15-yard gains just came straight up the gut.
Yes, sir. I mean, we just got to keep blocking and tackling. That's the name of this game, and the team that does it the best the next 24 minutes is going to come out with a victory.
Coach, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Coach Will Hester going to the locker room at halftime, Greg, with a 21-7 lead. Got to feel it. As you said, there was no magic in this. This was just line up and run the football, and that's been the difference.
Well, they have the size advantage up front, and both coaches know that going into it. And if something's working right, just keep with it, and it was working. They were rolling off 10, 12, 14 yards just right straight off that right hip or that left hip of that center, and the push of that offensive line was giving it, you would look at it, and that line would be pushed. The defensive line of Independence would be stood up and then pushed back, and the runner would just go right past them to that second level.
So halftime, Ravenwood 21, Independence 7. Winner of this game will host a playoff game next week. The loser will be on the road for the playoffs that start next week. Stay with us. More in a moment on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
Sir Speedy is a proud sponsor of high school football on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio. At Sir Speedy Music City, we provide commercial print, signs, and mailing services to companies all over Tennessee and actually all over the world. If you need anything like that, you give us a call, 615-832-9511, SirSpeedyMusicCity.com. We are a proud sponsor of high school athletics on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio. Call us at 615-832-9511. Go to the web at SirSpeedyMusicCity.com or email us at print@SirSpeedyMusicCity.com. We are the official sign company of the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week.
Did you know there's a place where you can get good neighbor service and surprisingly great rates on home and auto insurance? Yep, and that place is, ta-da, State Farm. Here's the deal. State Farm agent Austin Hardy is your go-to agent in the Middle Tennessee community for the service you desire at the price you want. So stop shopping around. State Farm agent Austin Hardy has you covered. Call 615-810-9999 for your surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Welcome back to the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week on WNSR. here's Joe Fisher.
Halftime from Independence High School, Region 7 6A showdown, and the Raptors of Ravenwood lead Independence by a score of 21-7. Senior night here for Independence. Eagles got off to a good start, had the opening drive, marched downfield, couple of big offensive runs by the quarterback, Brooks Sapone, who threw a touchdown pass to give the Eagles the lead. Really, I thought, Greg, one of the turning points, they had the turnover. Independence got the ball inside the 20-yard line after the turnover and did not score. And from then on, it's been all Raptors.
Well, and that's what Coach Hester referenced to, getting that stop, getting off the field. You're getting ready to go down by 2 scores early in this one. But Carter Pace and Chip Cirillo, by the way, longtime sports writer for the Tennessean, now working with Main Street Media, Columbia, Maurice Patton and the crew. 150 yards unofficially. And I know that's accurate because he doesn't work for Gannett anymore.
You had to work that in, didn't you? So,
my Lord.
So at halftime, thank you, Chip. Appreciate that. 21-7. And you said 150. I mean, he busted the big one, I think was 69 for the touchdown, but had several of those 10, 11, 12-yard runs right up the middle running offensively.
And then looking at what Chip had, the last 4 carries, 12, 12, 11, and then he had a 10, a couple 9s as well. His yards per carry is going to be well over 10 per.
Yep, absolutely. Well, halftime, and Ravenwood leads Independence 21-7. We'll head to the studio for the halftime report. Ray will be there, Devin will be there, and more for you coming up on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
If you're in the mood for quality burgers and handmade milkshakes, Mooyah is where you need to be. With 2 locations in Brentwood and Franklin, Mooyah is your only choice for handcrafted Angus beef burgers, fresh cut fries, and homemade ice cream milkshakes. With vegan, paleo, and keto options, Mooyah has something for every taste. Order online, dine in, or carry out. Located in Brentwood and in Franklin off West McEwen Drive. For the best quality and the best taste at the best price, make it Mooyah. The Omni Nashville Hotel, located 5th Avenue downtown, and proud sponsor of the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week, is Nashville's premier destination for the highest quality accommodations. Start your day with a cup of Bongo Java and the Biscuit Bar at Kitchen Notes. Indulge your taste with the best beef in Music City at Bob's Steak and Chop House. And wrap yourself in luxury at Macara Day Spa before enjoying a nightcap at Barlines. And when it comes time to host those holiday partings and gatherings of family, let the Omni Nashville Hotel take all the worry off your plate. Proud sponsor of the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week, and located in the heart of Music City, the Omni Nashville Hotel is your only choice. The Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue, downtown.
With 13 locations nationally, including Smyrna, Star Leasing Company is a semi-trailer one-stop shop and the perfect place to build a career as a semi-trailer mechanic. Seeking candidates with all levels of experience, Star Leasing Company has a semi-trailer technician trainee program with sign-on and quarterly bonuses and other opportunities such as $1,000 for having a yearly physical. The package also includes 401k with company match, health, dental, and vision insurance, competitive pay with weekly paychecks, and paid holidays and time off. Star Leasing Company, not your typical semi-trailer leasing company. It's starleasing.com to learn more.
Located at 2705 Nolensville Pike, Southern Trophy has been serving Nashville and Middle Tennessee for over 62 years. Southern Trophy offers a wide array of services like custom designed awards, cast bronze plaques, etched crystal awards, laser engraved corporate gifts, promotional items, merch, embroidery, screen printing, signage, and banners. Browse their entire collection online at southerntrophy.com or on Facebook at Southern Trophy. Feel free to give them a call at 615-256-7295. That's 615-256-7295. Southern Trophy. They do their best to help you recognize your best.
The Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week will continue shortly. Now, here's your scoreboard update from the Strike and Spare studio.
Welcome to the halftime Mid-State Checkdown scoreboard update here. We've got a good one out there at Independence. We got Ravenwood up 21-7 over Independence. It seemed like Independence had started strong. they had a couple, was able to go 85 yards, score a touchdown, was able to get a turnover, and it's been all Carter Pace and Ravenwood. They're up 21-7. Another game that's of interest over in Independence versus Ravenwood, and we've all heard it on the show here, is Centennial versus Brentwood. It's not been a lackluster in terms of a game, in terms of offense. It's been 6-0 right now. Centennial over Brentwood. Jackson Love was able to break up a pass within the 10-yard line to force a field goal for Centennial. They are up 7-0. Now, that was blocked by a 40-yard big play pass from Brandon Jones to Kenai Johnson, and they were able to turn that into a field goal. So once again, that's Centennial 6-0 over Brentwood. DCA, Nashville Christian, we got a good one out there. It's 7-all. Riverdale versus Stewart's Creek. Now, Riverdale must beat Stewart Creek to get in. With the win, it will kick out Rockville. So right now, Stewart's Creek's up 14-7 in that game. CPA up 21-0 over Davison Academy. Another scoreboard for Clarksville versus Gallatin. We got Smyrna 7 up over Overton. Lipscomb 42. The Mustangs are all over the Wildcats 42-0. And over the Mayor's Bowl, you got 5-0 Mount Juliet taking on Green Hill 4-1. Right now, Green Hill just took the lead with a Brax Lambert rushing touch on the 9th of the year for him. They are up 12-7. Henderson and West Creek. It looked like Hendersonville started off strong. They were able to go 7-0 on Winters Creek. Ever since then, it's been West Creek all them 24-7. Franklin Road right now up 27-0 over Good Pasture Christian. Also, Fairview versus Waverly Central, 20-14. Waverly Central was able to score on the very last play of the first half to put them 14-20. Then you got Oakland all over Rockville, 28-0. Westmoreland 28 up over Harpeth. We got Trousdale County going against Watertown. It's tied 7-all. Marion County versus Mingus County, 14-all there. Haywood 28-0 over Albion County. And you got Rossville Christian taking on Silvio Bay. Silvio Bay's up 38-0. Barreras over Julico 7-0. McGavick taking on Laverne. It's all Laverne, 14-0 right now. As I said earlier, Westmoreland are up 28 over the Harpeth Indians. And you've got Union City 14-6 over Huntington. And you got Sweetwater down against McMinn Central 10-7. You got Riverdale down 7-14, like I said, over Sewage Creek. Fairview just went over that score as well. Houston County down over Haywood 28-0. Silvio Bay up 38 over Rossville Christian 38-0. You've got Laverne taking on McGavick. It's all Laverne right now, 14-0. You got Westmoreland, like I said, over Harpeth 28-0. You got Union City 14-6 over Huntington. And then, there's some score over there. Franklin Road over Good Pasture 27-0. And then you got Nashville Christian taking on Donaldson Christian right now. It's all Nashville Christian 21-7. And you've got Overton taking on Smyrna. Smyrna's up 21-6 now. And then we've like the game we're covering here right now, 21-7. Ravenwood over Independence. Then you have White House Heritage taking on White House. It's 0-0 there. And then for last but not least, but you also have Christian taking on First Assembly. They're up 21-7. Last one right here. Smith County 7-6 over East Nashville. That concludes the scoreboard update here for the halftime show. A lot riding on right now, Devlin, buddy. I got to give you kudos to Devlin because I am the high school graduate. The high school star is not here tonight. So I've got you here hanging out with me in the studio.
I think I have to mention that I did graduate high school. For those of you who are listening, I did. Eric doesn't say it in the open, but I promise I graduated high school.
No, I completely agree with you there. It's just crazy that now this is the last day of Tennessee high school football. Ends tonight. Next week we'll have playoffs. The first week we're actually going to have a game. We haven't decided which game that will be. We'll find out later tonight of what game we'll be covering next week. But it's just crazy. We just started this whole show literally 9 weeks ago, and now it's like at the end. It's almost like it wants to put a tear to my eye here. But there's a lot of great football here. Much like we were talking about the covering right now, we've had a couple good games on this show here. Some high scores, some 60-pointer games, some low-scoring games. And tonight's what was expected. It was like a Ravenwood Independence. Ravenwood's just, that Carlton Pace, that kid is just phenomenal. He had a 37-yard touchdown run. He had a 69-yard touchdown run. 3 touchdowns. He's over 100 yards in the first half. It's all Ravenwood. It's a four-way tie. I think that right now it's 1 and 2, 3 and 4 seeds are up right now in the 7-6-8 title right now in that division. And I know that as much as we're watching the Brentwood Centennial game, the guys over there are watching the Ravenwood Independence game as well. So it's just interesting to see. It's just crazy how I was expecting more of a Centennial Brentwood type score, like a low-scoring defensive game. I thought the Independents really took charge of the first half, but as the game concluded and kept going on, it seemed like Ravenwood just kept chipping, and then they start running down their throats against Independence, and they just completely taken control of the ball, a couple turnovers, and it's been all Ravenwood in this first half, and they get the ball to start off the second half, which is wild to me. And so I'm looking at these other scores. I'm just thinking like the one that's here is Green Hill versus Mount Juliet. That's a good one here for, I think it's called the Mayor's Bowl. I believe that's what it's called. Or no, the Mayor's Cup. Sorry, I take that back. So that's actually a good one there as well. And then you look at these other games are going on. It looked like Hendersonville. Right now, who's being covered by, guess who? Our very own National Sports Radio, Zach Williams. He's out there doing the play-by-play up there as well. It seemed like Hendersonville was able to get going, but since then, offensively, they just cannot keep it going, and it seems like it's just been all the other Hendersonville's opponent, if you will. So it's just crazy to see how West Creek is kind of taking control of that ball as well. So it's just crazy how quickly the season has gone. We're literally done with high school football regular season after tonight.
Final week, a lot on the line.
And I missed the last couple of weeks. I'm like, what do I come back to? Got Joe, and I've got Greg listening to cowbells on each side of them, and you're just like, okay, we're giving you game time action here, but also we're giving you a little cowbell action from the audience, and you can tell it's like a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, that cowbell's living rent-free in Greg's head
absolutely,
right now.
Absolutely. I'm just trying to see if there's any more scoreboard updates that's happened since I've given mine, like if there's any new scores. I haven't seen anything in terms of what's going on, but it seems that Hendersonville keeps a big punt and takes ball to Coyotes 32, so it looks like, that the Hendersonville is about to strike. They're in the West Creek 32-yard line. So
a fake punt?
A fake punt. Yeah, they were able to not bite into that, which is pretty interesting. And you look and see what these other teams. It seems like East Nashville still 6-0. It seems. Oh, sorry, East Nashville. Yeah, no, that's still 6-0. Sorry, I thought it was that. And then CPA is 28-0 over Davison Academy. It's all CPA in that game as well. Gallatin, Clarksville, now that's gone to the half. So it looks like the Wildcats will receive the ball starting the third quarter. They're tied up 7-all here in that game. West Creek now, still 24-7 over there. It's just wild how things have really played out. So, but let's go get to a quick commercial break, and then we'll come back and wrap up the halftime show and send it back out for the second half between Ravenwood. I was going to get eventually. And Independence here on National Sports Radio.
Hey, it's Sammy Kincaid, host of Power Hour with Sammy Kincaid. Every Saturday morning from 9 to 10, listen in as I highlight women in sports from high school to the pros, athletes and administrators. And you know what? Let's talk some ball with women covering the game across the country. Power Hour with Sammy Kincaid is every Saturday morning. Listen in on Nashville Sports Radio from 9 to 10 a.m.
The Omni Nashville Hotel, located 5th Avenue downtown, and proud sponsor of the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week, is Nashville's premier destination for the highest quality accommodations. Start your day with a cup of Bongo Java and the Biscuit Bar at Kitchen Notes. Indulge your taste with the best beef in Music City at Bob's Steak and Chop House. And wrap yourself in luxury at Macara Day Spa before enjoying a nightcap at Bar Lines. And when it comes time to host those holiday partings and gatherings of family, let the Omni Nashville Hotel take all the worry off your plate. Proud sponsor of the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week, and located in the heart of Music City, the Omni Nashville Hotel is your only choice. The Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue, downtown.
The Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week will continue shortly. Now, here's your scoreboard update from the Strike and Spare studio.
Welcome back to the Mid-State Checkdown halftime show. Give you some scoreboard updates. Nothing has really changed except for a few games. I'm going to give you the DCA game versus Nashville Christian. It looks like the Nashville freshman quarterback, J.D. Curtis. He is 7 for 11 for 162 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. He also has a 67-yard touchdown run. Great stat by the young freshman.
Impressive.
And then you've got the White House Heritage going against White House. It looks like Hayden Cooper just knocked down a 24-yard field goal to give White House a 16-0 lead over White House Heritage. Other than that, all the other scores seem to be the exact same. Nothing's really changed since then. All the games going into the halftime. It looks like we're about to come out of our own halftime here in a few minutes to catch Ravenwood versus Independence. This is it, man. This is it for them. You got to see who's number one's up for grabs right now.
Yeah, big-time talks going into halftime right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it looks just hard. Independence needs to come out things and kind of stop their run a little bit because it's been all pace. The entire, I want to say, starting from the midway first quarter all the way up to lead up to the half, it seems like it's just been pace. I mean, over 100 yards. It seems that Independence needs to find a way to stop the run because that's the only way they can give themselves a chance to get back into the game.
100%. If you stop the run, you win the game.
Absolutely, and not turn over the ball and see where it goes from there. And what's tough is that starting the second half, Ravenwood does get the ball back to start things off, and it's just like they just need to slow things down. You've got a chance here. You're not down by much. You're only down by 14 points. Go in the second half, make some adjustments, stop the run. No. The errors need to limit a little bit because there was a few interceptions and turnovers that led towards Ravenwood, and they weren't able to capitalize on all the turnovers. But other than that, they have an opportunity here. So that wraps it over here for the Mid-State Checkdown halftime scoreboard. We'll send it back over to Joe and Greg for the second half between Ravenwood and Independence.
Slim's Tender Mac Bowls are back. We start with a 3-cheese blend to make our delicious mac and top it with chopped hand-breaded tenders and Colby Jack cheese. Try the Tender Mac Bowl meal or the Buffalo Tender Mac Bowl meal, both served with Texas toast and a medium drink. But hurry, they're only around for a limited time. Download the Slim Chickens app to order and earn rewards.
Greg Pogue back once again to tell you about Bongo Java, Nashville's oldest and most celebrated coffee company, now also located in the Omni Nashville Hotel. Reward yourself for surviving Nashville traffic with fresh, locally roasted coffee, classic handcrafted espresso drinks, and fresh baked goods all day long. And free Wi-Fi, so you don't have to work from home. Number one in customer service. You made it through the traffic. Reward yourself with a perfect pick-me-up at Bongo Java. Fresh coffee, delicious treats, great atmosphere. Open 6 a.m. until 2 p.m. daily. Bongo Java at the Omni Nashville Hotel.
Hey Nashville, Ray here from Run With It. Let me tell you about our sponsor, Boom Boss Craft Pizza and Tap House. And with 4 locations in Bellevue, Murfreesboro, Spring Hill, and East Nashville, they're your home for the best gourmet pizza and craft beers in Music City. Join me on Monday nights at the East Nashville location for poker night. And if you think you know everything, try Wednesday night trivia at both locations. Gourmet pizzas, craft beers, online at BoomBozz.com. Boom Boss Craft Pizza and Tap House.
The Omni Nashville Hotel, located 5th Avenue downtown, and proud sponsor of the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week, is Nashville's premier destination for the highest quality accommodations. Start your day with a cup of Bongo Java and the Biscuit Bar at Kitchen Notes. Indulge your taste with the best beef in Music City at Bob's Steak and Chop House. And wrap yourself in luxury at Macara Day Spa before enjoying a nightcap at Barlines. And when it comes time to host those holiday partings and gatherings of family, let the Omni Nashville Hotel take all the worry off your plate. Proud sponsor of the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week, and located in the heart of Music City, the Omni Nashville Hotel is your only choice. The Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue downtown.
Sir Speedy is a proud sponsor of high school football on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio. At Sir Speedy Music City, we provide commercial print, signs, and mailing services to companies all over Tennessee and actually all over the world. If you need anything like that, you give us a call, 615-832-9511, SirSpeedyMusicCity.com. We are a proud sponsor of high school athletics on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio. Call us at 615-832-9511. Go to the web at SirSpeedyMusicCity.com or email us at print@SirSpeedyMusicCity.com. We are the official sign company of the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week.
It's the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Joe Fisher with play-by-play and Greg Vogue as color analysis. Now to the field for your second half coverage. Here's Joe Fisher.
Ravenwood 21, Independence 7. As we get set for the third quarter, Ravenwood will get the football to open this second half. And, Greg, got to believe they're thinking score here and really drive a nail in this thing if they possibly can. The onside kick was attempted by Independence. It was recovered, and we heard, Greg, in the halftime interview with the head coach from Ravenwood to make sure you don't give up something like an onside kick.
He even called it out,
yes,
right?
He
did.
Said,
like an onside kick. Will Hester, in that halftime interview with us, heading off, said, we're very wary of what might happen on this opening kickoff, and it didn't go, obviously, the distance. And now you're talking about with Ravenwood in plus territory can really put this thing up by 3 scores and get it out of reach quickly.
Ball is at the Eagles' 49-yard line. First down. Carter Pace, a huge first half, 150 yards rushing and a couple of touchdowns, and he's going to get the football to open this third quarter, and he's going to push it once again right between the tackles inside the 45 down to the 44-yard line. There is no magic formula here, Greg. They're just lining up and handing the ball off and going right up the gut.
Yeah, 150 yards in that first half, and it can't be any more north-south. You know that punt, pass, and kick line they draw? That's what they're following right down the middle of the field.
Gain of 6 on that play. Second down and 4 Pace. This time he's going to try to bounce it to the left. He'll get the 35. He'll get the 30 to the 27-yard line. Finally collared by Katina, but that's more than enough for the first down with the gain to the 27.
And the fake on that little, I call it a jet sweep forward pass, if you will. All that was eye candy and just to deflect everybody's attention.
And this is ideal. You've got a freshman quarterback running the show here offensively. It can't be any better than the luxury of having that back to just hand the ball to and run behind that big offensive line.
Of course, the senior Chris Parson headed to Mississippi State, been out a couple weeks.
1st and 10 for the Raptors from the Eagles' 27. They'll try Pace again. He'll push it inside the 25 to the 24. That time the Eagles with a good stand there and stop him after the gain of about 3. Dawson Moore, the senior linebacker, one of the first to make contact.
Well, we heard the score from Ray and Devlin. Brentwood 7, Centennial 6. If this holds up, Ravenwood would be the number 1 seed because of their head-to-head win over Brentwood. But if Centennial wins and this holds up, they're the 2 seed and Centennial is the 1. So up the road here in Williamson County, some stuff still to be determined affecting this game.
Paying a lot of attention to that. Pace weaves through the traffic, gets to the 25-yard line. Just a steady diet of Carter Pace right now. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 3. Ravenwood beat Brentwood 28-10, but lost to Centennial a couple of weeks ago, 28-24. Independence beat Centennial 17-14, but lost to Brentwood 24-23. All 4 of those teams came into this final night of the regular season tied for the region lead at 3-1. Early movement, maybe contact there by the Independence defensive line. On the hard count, that might have gotten them. It did. That's going to be offsides. That will be a first down for the Raptors.
You like that quarterback wearing number 85?
Don't see that very often, do you?
NFL quarterback number 21.
John Hadel.
Ding. Can't get nothing past you.
Thanks for asking me something I knew. First down. From the 15-yard line, man in motion right to left behind the formation. Handoff Pace right side, nobody home. Touchdown Ravenwood. Everything collapsed inside. Pace read it beautifully, bounced it to the outside, cruised to the end zone, his 3rd touchdown run of the night, his 24th touchdown of the season.
And Independence on the short field, the decision to go for the onside kick. And you only have to go, 48 yards to have a 3-score lead? Now, Independence behind the 8 ball big time.
Absolutely. Ravenwood 27-7 with the extra point here to come from Drew Crabtree, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. Well, Ravenwood got exactly what they wanted, a score right out of the gate. 9:19 to go third quarter. Raptors 28, Independence 7 on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
Did you know there's a place where you can get good neighbor service and surprisingly great rates on home and auto insurance? Yep, and that place is, ta-da, State Farm. Here's the deal. State Farm agent Austin Hardy is your go-to agent in the Middle Tennessee community for the service you desire at the price you want. So stop shopping around. State Farm agent Austin Hardy has you covered. Call 615-810-9999 for your surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
You're listening to the Mid-State Checkdown High School Game of the Week, live on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio. Here's Joe Fisher.
After the onside kick, opportunity failed for Independence. Ravenwood took advantage of the short field 49-yard drive, capped by Carter Pace's third touchdown run of the night. He has got to be in the 170 to 180-yard range right now, maybe even a little more than that. Rushing tonight, had 150 at the half, and 28-7 Ravenwood. Crabtree's kick is in the air, bounces, picked up at about the 7-yard line to the 15, ranging outside. That's Sapone, the quarterback, bringing that back, and he's tackled at the 20, and that's where Independence will start in desperate need of some offense right now.
Well, you're not going to get 3 touchdowns on this drive, right? I would think that would be a safe analysis, right?
I think
but
so.
You need to just stack first downs if you're Independence, sort of breathe a little bit, and obviously keep Ravenwood off the field. You cannot do anything to stop their running game right now.
Well, you wonder, Hartwell is their big, horse in the backfield, but you're down 3 touchdowns. Can you afford to just try to live on running the football? Let's see what Independence opts to do on first down from its own 20-yard line. They will give it to Hartwell. Runs left, turns upfield across the 25 to about the 29. So a nice gain of 9 yards on first down. Landon Gullett with the tackle, but Hartwell, we haven't called his name tonight, Greg, nearly as much as I thought we would.
No, and you need to come out and stack those first down. A 3 and out right now would just about end it, quite frankly, here midway through the third.
Instead, a gain of 9 on first down. Clock is running, 8:42 left to go, third quarter. Ravenwood 28, Independence 7. Brooks Sapone, the senior, at quarterback. On 2nd and 1, gives Hartwell. He'll power it right up the middle, have the first down out to the 34, almost the 35. Just good power running right behind the center, Jaden Downing, the senior. And that will move the chains to the 35.
Yeah, Hartwell, 6 foot, 220, big, strong, physical, runs down here. Hill came into this with 851 rushing yards, nearly 6 yards per carry. And this is how Independence, I know they're not going to be able to get it, it's going to be a fourth quarter game if they're going to win. They got to do something on this drive, and how they do things is run the football.
First down from the 35. Pistol formation. Give Hartwell. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard, and that's about all. Boy, once again, Sam Christian, the defensive end, one of the first to make contact, and holds Hartwell to the 1-yard gain. Substitutions now. Austin Mayfield comes in for Ryan Evans at linebacker for the Raptors.
Well, you get the Ravenwood defense pinching a little bit, going for that. You pop that play action right now.
2 wide to each side. Shotgun formation, 2nd and 9. Ball at the 36-yard line. Sapone to throw. Fires near side, caught at the 40, tackled immediately. Very short gain, forward progress to the 40 on the reception by Hudson Cobb. But good coverage. The defense was going to give up that, but then make the tackle immediately, and that brings up third down.
It may be a little early, but right now, is this 4-down territory?
I was just thinking the same thing. It very well. Well, if you started the third quarter with an onside kick attempt, maybe it is.
Yeah, possessions are at a premium right now for Independence.
3rd and 6. Ball spotted at the 39. Sapone in the gun. Blitz coming from the far side. He's sacked. Ball comes out. Ball is loose. It's picked up at the 20-yard line, and that's where the Raptors fall on the football. Sapone was sacked. The ball knocked loose, and Tanner Shuck got back there and fell on it at the 20, and the turnover puts the Raptors in business.
Well, the 3-4, and 3 of those linebackers rushed, and the front and even the pass pro for the running back were just outmanned, pushed back into Sapone. Nothing that he could do. but now put the ball on the ground for a second time.
So this may be a chance for the Raptors to kind of slam the door on this. 6:41 left, third quarter. Ravenwood leading 28-7 and starting on the edge of the red zone with the ball at the 20-yard line. We saw a steady diet of Carter Pace, but now the tailback is Kartua Chapman. And Chapman, as they pitch it left, ball out to the 14-yard line, so a gain of 6 on first down. So giving Pace a little bit of a breather here, and Chapman's got over 600 yards rushing on his own, so certainly a lot of talent in that backfield for the Raptors. Gain of 6, second down and 4. Handoff, Chapman will try the right side. I believe he's going to be stopped. Oh, he actually, second effort, got it inside the 10. And they're going to mark that at the 8. It'll be first and goal. He was hit at the line of scrimmage, Greg, and then a second push got him across the 10.
Well, and I thought he was down too. I know you had called ready to wrap up a third down call coming up.
So was the linesman who was down here on this side who was going to mark it at the 12. Toss sweep running left, Chapman to the left side, penalty flag thrown in. Likely a hold on Ravenwood, we'll see.
That was a good toss on that throw by that flag.
It covered some ground.
Yeah, it was,
That was the back judge throwing it all the way into the backfield. They're going to put the flag at the 12. Matt Nix is our referee. They've not had a very busy night. It is a hold on the Raptors.
No, you're right. I mean, very clean played game. Not a lot of chippiness. Not a lot of flags.
Nope. They'll walk it back to the 22. So first and goal from the 22-yard line now after the penalty. Chapman stays in at tailback. He'll take the handoff up the middle and pushes it inside the 15 to about the 12. Well, they tried a little misdirection there, Greg, with that receiver coming around the backside. That's a nice little look.
Well, they faked the jet sweep that and just a power handoff right up the middle. Once again, that eye candy for everybody to see, and it's like, don't look behind the curtain.
That's right. Second and goal from the 12. Clock running, 5:10 to go, third quarter. Chance rush is coming. He's hit as he throws. That pass was almost picked off. Good late pressure there from Independence as Chance was hit as he turned loose of the football. And that brings up third and goal.
And I want to mention this Ravenwood offensive coordinator, Jeff Parker, former Tennessee State University offensive coordinator, Jeff Parker.
Hunter Burton was the one for Independence that got in there with the pressure. Third and goal from the 12. From the shotgun, the freshman, Chance, tosses it. Running right, nowhere to go. Drop for a loss back to the 15-yard line. They tossed it to Chapman. Good defense by Reese Pickering, who came in with 44 tackles on the season. And that will bring on the field goal unit on fourth down.
So much success north and south. What happens when you go east-west?
Not much.
Just need 3? Yeah.
This will be a field goal attempt of 33 yards from the near hash mark, going left to right by Drew Crabtree. From 33 yards out. High snap, got it down. Kick on the way, has the distance, and that kick is good. So the turnover does lead to points, and 4:21 to go. Ravenwood extends the lead in this third quarter. 31-7 Raptors on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
If you're in the mood for quality burgers and handmade milkshakes, Mooyah is where you need to be. With 2 locations in Brentwood and Franklin, Mooyah is your only choice for handcrafted Angus beef burgers, fresh cut fries, and homemade ice cream milkshakes. With vegan, paleo, and keto options, Mooyah has something for every taste. Order online, dine in, or carry out. Located in Brentwood and in Franklin off West McEwen Drive. For the best quality and the best taste at the best price, make it Mooyah.
This is Nashville's best high school football coverage. WNSR's Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Here's Joe Fisher.
Well, a big senior night crowd here at Independence has been quieted down by Ravenwood. 31-7 Raptors. 4:21 to go in this third quarter. 4 teams open this night tied for the region lead at 3-1. A win tonight in this game guarantees a home playoff and possibly a region championship, depending on what happens with Brentwood and Centennial. Kickoff is picked up at the 8-yard line by Hartwell to the 15, has some room, bounces outside 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and midfield and out of bounds. Biggest play in a long time for the Eagles, who are in desperate need of offense right now.
Well, at 6 foot 220, we talk about the big, the strong, the physical, the burst.
Yep.
He got some open field, Hartwell did.
They're going to mark it right at midfield on the far hash mark. Independence moving right to left. And again, 4:10 to go. You hate to use the must-win or must-score situation, but you've got to believe if the Eagles want to get back in this, they need to score on this possession. 3 receivers split left. 1 wide right, shotgun formation. And I believe they have changed quarterbacks, have they not? It is Cody Pagach who is in at quarterback. Handoff tailback going nowhere. Boy, he is slammed back at the line of scrimmage.
Pagach.
They handed off to Raul Cruz. He went nowhere.
Pagach gets hurt earlier, and they go to Sapone. Now Pagach in right now.
Pagach, a transfer from Ensworth, had a shoulder injury. Comes into the game 23 for 46, 344, 2 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. So the turnover was an issue early on. 2nd down and 10, no gain on the play. Pagach from the shotgun will hand Hartwell across to the 48-yard line. Trey Hartwell with a gain of 2, brings up 3rd down and 8.
And again, down in distance. We saw it a moment ago with the turnover and Sapone on the sideline now. After that fumble, they go to Pagach. Still, down in distance. When you're this far behind the chains, Ravenwood's just going to peel their ears back. And they brought 6 that last time. The 3 up, and then out of that 3-4, 3 of the linebackers on that rush. I'd expect them to bring a house again.
2nd down and 8. Ball at the 48-yard line of the Raptors. Clock running. We're inside 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Pagach drops to throw. Here comes the blitz. They're going to set the screen incomplete. Overthrew Hartwell on the screen coming to this near side. As the blitz was coming, Tanner Shuck got in there, put some pressure on the quarterback who overthrew it.
Well, you knew the blitz was coming. You had had success with it the previous 3rd and long. This time, the screen is the call for that, just the overthrow. But certainly, we talked about it earlier, 4-down territory when you're down by this.
Now, make note, Sapone is in the game along with Pagach. They are both in together, so you've got 2 guys, although Sapone is lining up in a slot to the right, that could conceivably throw the football. 4th and 8, obviously Independence going for it here from the 48 of the Raptors. Pagach throws over the middle, pass is picked off. Intercepted 30, 35, 40, far side 45 midfield, 45, 41-yard line of the Raptors. That was Lucas Houston with his 2nd interception of the season.
And we had talked about him earlier being that next level that Coach Hester had talking about. You know, we were talking about key players, and, you know, give us some of those that, you know, we'll be watching on Saturdays, whether FCS or FBS, and it was certainly him, one of them.
This is not a team that's forced a lot of turnovers, Greg. I look coming into this game, 3 interceptions by Ravenwood total defensively on the year. But got a nice read there, and now in business at the Eagles' 41-yard line. Maverick Chance, the transfer from Brentwood Academy, a freshman at quarterback. Hands off to Pace, who wiggles across the 40. We found out one of the reasons Chance transferred was a guy we saw last week.
Yeah, and that coming from Coach Hester.
Yep.
And so we don't want to presuppose that. But Coach Hester's saying, hey, look, you've got a sophomore over there in George McIntyre. He's in that class, one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the country right now. We saw him last week, 6'6", big, strong, can make all the throws, athletic. We knew that. So if you're the freshman Maverick Chance,
you want a chance somewhere else.
And go be a Maverick.
That's right. Gain of 2, 2nd down and 8. Toss sweep running left. Pace inside the 35 out of bounds. I believe a couple of yards shy of the 1st down. They're going to actually mark him down back at the 37, so a gain will set up 3rd down and 6. Pace knocking on the door of 200 yards rushing tonight.
Yeah, Coach Will Hester on his second go-around here was here from 2013 to 15, 38-4 during that stretch in the 2015 Class 6A state championship. He went to start the Nolensville program, was there a couple years after that.
3rd and 6 for the Raptors from the Eagles 37. Pace up the gut, 1st down and more inside the 30. Late, very late penalty flag thrown in by the side judge over on this side, back at the 37-yard line. The play was over when the flag was thrown.
And across the way as well. That might be a sideline issue here.
Matt Nix is our referee, and they're going to pick up the flag. He just waved the flag and said, never mind. Little Emily Latella there.
Well, the side judge on this near side, the ball's at the far hash mark. I mean, 35 yards away from where anybody.
Absolutely. 1st down from the 29 of the Eagles. 90 seconds left, 3rd quarter. Raptors leading 31-7 and driving. That should be an incomplete pass. The pass was dropped. That should be an incomplete pass, Greg. They ran kind of like the Utah pass, a little kick forward. That should be incomplete. That should not be what they're marking.
Coach Will Hester, and they've got it right.
Okay.
They got it right. Yeah.
Originally, the line judge is still standing back here at the 36. That is an incomplete pass. It was thrown forward.
Yeah. That inverted jet sweep, if you will, that little Utah pass, but it's coming from the receiver from the out in motion.
But he was in front of the quarterback. Yep. It is a forward pass. They've got it right. They picked up the bag, and they mark it back at the original line of scrimmage where it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, they've got the marker right as well. Attaboy, Joe.
1:10 to go in the 3rd quarter. Now, actually, they put 6 seconds back on the clock, so 1:16 left in this 3rd quarter. Officials have been on it tonight. They've done a good job. Man in motion on 2nd down, handoff, Pace. Huge hole right up the middle again. Runs through 2 tacklers, powers it inside the 10, 1st and goal. He's got to have 200 so far tonight, Greg. And again, they're running right behind Appleton and Thompson and Baldwin right up the middle.
Well, and there's also that little tease of the misdirection right in front of it. Just hand it straight off to him. But what they're doing, they're getting those linebackers having to pay attention to that at the exact time Pace is getting the football.
50 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. Ravenwood 1st and goal from the Eagles' 8-yard line. Keeper by Chapman. Chapman collared at about the 7. They run the Wildcat formation, put Chapman in there to take the snap. He got a yard on the play.
I don't remember him doing maybe 1 or 2 of those.
A couple of those in the first half.
Very few on that RPO. Keeping it himself.
2nd down and goal from the 7. Raptors could be content. They don't have to snap the ball again before the end of the 3rd quarter, but they have lined up to do so with 13 seconds left. Man in motion now sets up and draws early movement and contact from Independence. And that's going to be a cheap half the distance to the goal. So they'll walk that from the 7.
Yeah, 1st and goal on it. Yep.
No, second. No,
that's true.
Second and goal. But ball is they marked it at the 4. They didn't quite get half the distance on that, and now they're going to let the clock.
It's a third of the distance to the goal.
A third between 3. That's right. 3/8. 3 anyway. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. Dominated by Ravenwood. 31-7 Raptors as we head to the 4th on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
With 13 locations nationally, including Smyrna, Star Leasing Company is a semi-trailer one-stop shop and the perfect place to build a career as a semi-trailer mechanic. Seeking candidates with all levels of experience, Star Leasing Company has a semi-trailer technician trainee program with sign-on and quarterly bonuses and other opportunities such as $1,000 for having a yearly physical. Package also includes 401k with company match, health, dental, and vision insurance, competitive pay with weekly paychecks, and paid holidays and time off. Star Leasing Company, not your typical semi-trailer leasing company. It's starleasing.com to learn more.
Located at 2705 Nolensville Pike, Southern Trophy has been serving Nashville and Middle Tennessee for over 62 years. Southern Trophy offers a wide array of services like custom designed awards, cast bronze plaques, etched crystal awards, laser engraved corporate gifts, promotional items, merch, embroidery, screen printing, signage, and banners. Browse their entire collection online at southerntrophy.com or on Facebook at Southern Trophy. Feel free to give them a call at 615-256-7295. That's 615-256-7295. Southern Trophy. They do their best to help you recognize your best.
You're listening to the Mid-State Checkdown High School Game of the Week on WNSR. Here's Joe Fisher.
Handoff, Chapman keeps it in the Wildcat for Ravenwood. He'll push it to about the 2-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and goal as we start the fourth quarter. Ravenwood dominating 31-7. That's 31 unanswered for the Raptors, who trailed after the opening drive. Independence scored and has not been able to get back in the point total since.
Well, a lot of tension on Centennial. Brentwood. Centennial has retaken that lead 9-7. So if this lead holds up and that lead holds up, Ravenwood would be the number 2 seed because of their loss head-to-head to Centennial.
Chapman is going to hand off, tailback into the end zone for the touchdown. That is Pace, his 4th touchdown run of the night. Carter Pace, by my count, Greg, that's 25 touchdowns on the season.
Well, we were talking to Coach Hester, and, of course, he has the quarterback Chris Parson that's going to Mississippi State and everything, but he said the region MVP is this running back right there, and he was so definitive about it when we talked to him as well. Also, I want to note with the 37 and maybe rather 30 or 31-point lead, we will now have a running clock.
That's right.
As long as it stays at 30+.
That's right, and the point after is good. 38-7 Ravenwood with the lead over Independence. I'm going to keep it here instead of going to the break because I wanted to mention, Greg, we lost a good, significant friend, longtime media member in the Nashville market, Joe Biddle, who passed away this week. And I know, Greg, you know him as well as anybody.
Yeah, I've spent a lot of time in the trenches with him at the Nashville Banner, a lot of time on the road. Such a caring, big-hearted person, and he cared about every level of sports. And when you would see him at a Belmont or a Lipscomb or at a high school or this or that, and he was, and he was a mentor. He was a big brother to me. The funeral will be Tuesday at Forest Hills Baptist Church. He's going to be buried in the Veterans Cemetery out McCrory Lane. He served in Vietnam, and thank you for mentioning that. I'm honored and humbled that the family had asked me to be a pallbearer, and that's, thank you for saying that.
Well,
Joe. Not for me, but just he touched so many people. And this was and this city was better. And then we got Chip Cirillo, who worked for the Tennessean, and we joked, this city was so much better when it was a two-newspaper town.
There's no question about it.
No doubt, not even close.
No question about it. No doubt about it. Kickoff is on the way from the Raptors, fielded at the 10-yard line for Independence. To the 15, to the 20, that's Sapone, to the 25, still on his feet, 30, 35, 37-yard line in the first down. Joe was, and I knew him, I was one of those Cub reporters, when I was in television, and a lot of times it was hard to get respect, from an older writer or somebody who's been around for a while. Joe was always gracious to me, always helpful to me, and I've never forgotten that.
Well, how many I Beat Biddle stickers were there around town? We had that contest
now,
as well.
Granted, it wasn't that hard to do.
Well, no. That wasn't the point. Right. We wanted to give away as many stickers as we could, right?
Oh, yeah, but we're going to miss him. What a legend. First down from the 39 for the Eagles. Trying to run it right up the gut and going nowhere. Second down. You know who else passed away today? Vince Dooley.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. University of Georgia announced it this afternoon.
Yeah. Well, Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yep, the killer.
The killer.
That's right.
Passing away. So, by the way, I don't own a pink shirt. I'm buying a pink shirt.
Good.
To wear to the funeral in honor of Joe.
Well, and it's funny you mentioned that because one of the first things I think of when I think of Joe Biddle was he was one of the first guys I ever saw that would wear a pink shirt to work and do it proudly. Long pass down the field, broken up. Nice defensive play. Defensively, the Independence crowd wants a flag, and I think they got one.
I don't think they deserved one,
Nope,
though.
but they
that
got
ball,
one.
That was the offhand was not on the receiver. The defensive back reached over. Ball was there for both to play.
Yep.
That's a play on right there.
Yeah, I agree. Smitherman is called. He had an interception earlier. He's called for the interference, and that'll give Independence the penalty in the first down, as that will walk it into Raptors territory at the 46-yard line. 9:20 left to go. Clock, again, continues to run. We're in a continuous clock now situation with the lead over 30 points here in this second half.
But with Joe, it wasn't just pink. It was the pastels.
Oh, yes.
Nobody rocked the pastels better than Joe
That's
Bill.
absolutely right. First down from the 46. Rolling right. Pagash to throw, underthrown, incomplete. I still remember his Johnny Majors impression.
What? Adios, Kazoots.
Adios, Kazoots. Oh, yes, indeed.
Dadgummit.
Second down and 10.
Well, and I not heard about the passing of Vince Dooley.
Yeah, I just saw that this afternoon.
Yeah,
Georgia announced
wow.
it. Think he passed quietly in his sleep during the night.
Well, Barbara, his wife, just what a character
absolutely.
as much as anything. And of course, won the national championship, 82 at Georgia.
Second down and 10. 8:13 to go. Clock continues to run. Pass near side, caught at the 40. Tackle made at the 36, very close to a first down. That's Luke McNeely with the reception, and with the spot, it looks like it will move the chains. First down.
Excuse me, Joe, the clock is running with the 30 or more point lead. The running clock kicks in.
And a generous spot moves the ball to the 35. Independence scored on its opening drive of the game. They have not scratched since. Ravenwood, 38 unanswered points. First down handoff, Hartwell bounces it out to the left. He's tackled after a gain of about 4. Ryan Evans, the senior linebacker, the first to make contact there and chase him down, along with Mason Lang, the nose guard. Not your typical nose guard, Greg. 5'11", 180.
Well, we've talked about that. Neither one of these teams, there's a few players, obviously, they'll line up outside tackle, right, left, or whatever, but the guts of this offense and defense, especially the defensive fronts, that's why you see the 3-4, a lot of slants, a lot of movement. They're just neither one of them going to power you off that front seven.
Second down and 6, ball at the 31, clock running, 6:50 to play. Pagash to throw, has time, looking long to the end zone, overthrew everybody. Intended receiver was Peyton Curtin. He was at the goal line. Ball was well overthrown, and that brings up third down.
Pagash, though, with the limp, you could just tell he's not 100% as well.
And it's interesting, you mentioned earlier the quarterback for Ravenwood, Chris Parson, who really would like to play, who wanted to play tonight.
Yes. But
coaches made.
That's going to be a tough thing because he's going to enroll at Mississippi State in January. There's NIL money out there.
Oh, yeah.
The whole thing's changed.
Pass is caught for a first down, out of bounds at the 22-yard line. The reception made by Steele Katina. Came in with 17 receptions on the year, a couple of touchdowns. And the Independence fans have not had a lot to ring the cowbells about recently, but they get a first down there. Clock running, 5:45 to play.
Parson, a long-time commitment for Florida State, then decommitted Mississippi State, and certainly.
Well, he's from Jackson, Mississippi.
Right. Well, and Mike Leach, they're going to throw the football.
Oh, yeah. First down from the 22-yard line. Rush is coming. Pass over the middle is almost intercepted, should have been. It was right in the hands of the defensive player for Ravenwood, who I think was just shocked it was thrown right to him, and he could not hang on at the 10-yard line.
Well, Pagash just got Pagash.
Yes, he did.
I mean, outside linebacker Tanner Shuck on the blitz. This young man's already been invited to the East-West All-Star game, and he unloaded.
Good size, too.
Yep.
6'3", 233, and he came clean. Inside 5 minutes left to play. Ravenwood securing a home game for the playoffs, hoping to secure a region championship and a number 1 seed as well, but that depends on another game going on. Pass is incomplete. Thrown to the near side, intended for Curtin, who could not hang on. Again, we're in a running clock situation with the lead at 31, so 4:25 left to play. Appreciate everybody here at Independence. Great facility here. Wonderful people, have been extremely helpful and supportive to have us here tonight. As it's been everywhere we've been this season, Greg, it has been just a blast to get out into the mid-state and see some outstanding high school football. Pump fake. Sapone throwing long. Has a man. Caught. Touchdown. Katina in the near corner of the end zone. A beautiful throw and catch by Sapone. That ends a long scoring drought, and that will stop the clock, at least for the moment, with 3:49 left to play.
Yeah, a little hitch and go.
Yep.
The quarterback with the fake and just floated it in there.
For Sapone, his 9th touchdown pass of the season.
Interesting that the cheerleaders are the flags. It spells Independence. You got the logo. You got the Tennessee State flag. And the very last flag is an Alabama Crimson Tide
I noticed
flag.
that too, yes.
Of course, Ty Lockwood, their tight ends, headed to Alabama.
That's right.
I'd say there's some orange people in this crowd going on.
Probably not thrilled about that. Extra point is up and good. 3:49 left to play. 38-14 Ravenwood on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
Get all your NASCAR news every weekday right here on The Final Lap. Hey, it's Kerry Murphy and Kyle Larson play the spoiler at Homestead Miami Speedway, a non-playoff driver winning a playoff race. Up next is Martinsville Speedway, the last chance for drivers to get into the Championship 4 race at Phoenix. So grab all the latest NASCAR news, race recaps, driver reviews, stats, and info every single weekday right here.
Hi, this is Kyle Larson, and you're listening to The Final Lap with Kerry Murphy.
Every single weekday right here.
This is WNSR's broadcast of the Mid-State Checkdown High School Game of the Week. Here's Joe Fisher.
Well, 38-14, Ravenwood leads, 3:49 left, and the Raptors are anticipating an onside kick attempt by Independence. The Eagles tried the onside attempt to open the third quarter. It did not go well. This one is going to be pooched near side. Nice fielding play, and all that ball is dropped, but the Raptors will fall on it at the 27-yard line.
Back and forth football. Brentwood has retaken the lead 15-9 over Centennial. Ravenwood with this, as we expect, with this to hold up. If Brentwood wins, then Ravenwood will be the number 1 seed and the region champion because of the head-to-head win against Brentwood. Centennial wins second place, and then Centennial because of their head-to-head win against Ravenwood. So all of these Raptors across the way are certainly
paying attention to the other one.
And pulling for the Bruins of Brentwood.
And the good news is for Ravenwood, if this holds on, and obviously you would think with 3:44 it will, they're going to get a home playoff game, but the difference in being a 1 seed and a 2 seed can be pretty significant. Handoff up the middle, no surprise there, just trying to buy a little time. Tell you what, Maverick Chance, it was interesting because made a mistake early, maybe tried to do, as you said, a little bit too much on the play, but recovered from it. And since then, as I thought, played a very steady game tonight.
Well,
now he's got a guy to hand it off to.
And you got an offensive line that's just getting a forward push off the ball big time.
Gain of 3 on that play. Ball is spotted at the 30-yard line. 3:05 left to go. Chance in the shotgun on second down. Man in motion right to left. Handoff tailback upended at the 31. Carry by Owen Arnold, a senior. His first carry of the night. His 20th carry of the season. And that'll bring up third down and a long 5.
After the game, will we be naming our Omni Nashville Hotel player of the game, and we can go ahead and do it right now if you want to.
Pretty sure, pretty sure we can figure that one out.
We'll be presenting a trophy down on the sideline. A plaque, rather. A plaque, trophy, plaque.
Always nice to present the plaque and get the picture on social media, get it out there. 3rd down and 5. The freshman Chance in the shotgun. High snap, brings it down, hands off. Arnold going nowhere. He is swarmed under for a loss back to the 29-yard line. And you can see Independence players trying to grab for that football and try to get it loose, but could not. But that brings up 4th down. Clock running, we're inside the final 2 minutes. With the win, Ravenwood will improve to 6-4 and 4-1 in Region 7 6A.
Yeah, but if you're Ravenwood, a loss to MBA, a loss to Oakland.
Yeah, really.
I mean, two of the best teams in the state, period.
Lost to JP2 last week.
That one sort of surprised.
Yeah, a little
people.
bit.
Yeah.
That was a high-scoring game, too. 38-36 was the final in that.
Of course, JP2 without Kenny Minchie, the quarterback that's headed to Pittsburgh. Coming up after the game, scoreboard, Devlin and Ray, back in the Strike and Spare Family Fun Center studios.
Unsportsmanlike conduct penalties offsetting on both teams for a little extracurricular after the whistle.
It's been a clean play game.
It really has.
Both
Been very
both
quiet.
ways.
Get a little frustration at this time with everything that was on the line in this game. In a region battle. And Ravenwood's going to let the play clock run all the way down. It's at 10. They're still standing in the huddle. They'll probably let it count down to 1 and either take a timeout or a penalty. And the answer is timeout, and there it is. With 1:33 left to go. Independence, you mentioned earlier the losses from Ravenwood. Independence lost to CPA, lost to JP2, lost to East Nashville, and then the loss to Brentwood. Had come back after the loss to Brentwood with back-to-back wins over Summit and Page to put themselves in the position they were in tonight.
Yeah, and we was talking with Scott Stidham. He didn't know if he would even get to the chance after that loss to get to this point where he could play for first or second, and they did that without. Hey, of course, we want to thank everybody. Omni Nashville Hotel, Music City Todd Rodermill, Southern Trophy House, of course, the plaques that we have given after every game. Mooyah Burgers.
There you go.
Mooyah Burgers and Boom Ba's Pizza. We got them. Boom Ba's and Mooyah.
I like it.
Sir Speedy, want to thank them. T. Wright Properties, Dwayne Jones, DDS, our secondary sponsors, and stay tuned. We'll figure out what we're doing next week once we figure out where
everybody's
is.
going.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah. Tomorrow morning on Prep Football Talk from 8 to 9, we'll have the playoff brackets.
Set to punt now, Frazier. And a whistle's going to stop play before the punt is executed. With 1:31 left to go.
Actually, a busy day with Prep Football Talk, 8 to 9. Sammy Kincaid's Power Hour from 9 to 10. WKU will be in action tomorrow afternoon, 1:30 pregame, 2:30 against North Texas. And then tomorrow night, we've got the Grizzlies and, the Utah Jazz
that's right.
as well. And then on noon Sunday, the Patriots and the Jets. Ha-ha.
Kind of a boring weekend, huh? 4th down now, trying to punt this one. They finally get it away, end over end. It's a good one. Fair catch, a late call. He missed it. That ball bounces at the 25-yard line, and it's going to be picked up by the Raptors at the 20, and they're going to be able to run the clock out.
Well, he misjudged it. It went, he was getting ready to catch it in his bread basket and realized it was going over his head. Now, if he reaches up and doesn't touch it,
then it's not a problem.
It's nothing, right, except a whiff.
That's right.
That was a muff.
That was a muff, not a whiff. That's correct. Highly technical terms here.
Hey, man.
So the ball at the 24, and I would think, and I don't know, but I would think Ravenwood would just be content to take a knee here and let this go. Pace has had a big night running the football. He's well over 1,000 yards now for the season. And I see Owen Arnold lining. When I saw him drop 8 yards back behind the line of scrimmage, he's the He is the last man standing back in that victory formation. They snap it in the shotgun. Chance, who takes the loss, back to the 29-yard line. So Ravenwood is going to improve to 6-4. They'll improve to 4-1. And they'll root really hard for Brentwood.
Yeah, Brentwood beats Centennial. If this lead where it is right now holds up, they are the number 1 seed and technically the region champion. They'll both have the same record, but the head-to-head, regardless of what happens with Brentwood and Centennial, Ravenwood will be at home next Friday night, and Independence will be going west. They went to Collierville last year in the playoffs, and that's just the way it is. This Region 7 is considered the second furthest west region in 6A.
Probably have to snap it one more time. They do take a knee for a loss back to the 35, and I don't think they'll have to snap it again.
And you know why it is? We talked with Coach Hester. We talked to Coach Stidham about it because of 840. We're right off 840 and the access. The other region corresponding in the mid-state would be the Clarksville region, but we know for sure now.
That's right. So stay with us, because after the game, we'll visit with our Omni Nashville Hotel player of the game. We'll also have a visit with the winning coach, hopefully Will Hester, as the two teams line up to shake hands as the clock runs down. Ravenwood 38, Independence 14. Ravenwood 6-4, 4-1 in Region 7, 6A. Stay with us on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
The Omni Nashville Hotel, located 5th Avenue downtown, and proud sponsor of the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week, is Nashville's premier destination for the highest quality accommodations. Start your day with a cup of Bongo Java and the Biscuit Bar at Kitchen Notes. Indulge your taste with the best beef in Music City at Bob's Steak and Chop House. And wrap yourself in luxury at Macara Day Spa before enjoying a nightcap at Bar Lines. And when it comes time to host those holiday partings and gatherings of family, let the Omni Nashville Hotel take all the worry off your plate. Proud sponsor of the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week, and located in the heart of Music City, the Omni Nashville Hotel is your only choice. The Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue downtown.
Now it's time for your Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week post-game show, with stats and analysis of the game and your Mid-State Checkdown Football Player of the Week. Here's Joe Fisher and Greg Vogue.
Ravenwood wins 38-14 over Independence as the Raptors improve to 6-4, 4-1. They guarantee a home game for the playoffs next week. They don't know yet whether they're the number 1 seed of the region champion. That depends on what happens with Brentwood Centennial. But for the Raptors, the running game was just too much for Independence tonight.
Well, and really nothing fancy about it. And there wasn't a wing T or Mr. It's just straight ahead football. They understood they had the advantage up front against a smaller defensive front, and they were getting the push, and then he was getting to that second level. And then once he got there, it was nothing fancy. He didn't try to bounce it outside of this. He just stuck his nose. It was as much north-south running as you ever want to see.
The big turning point, it was 7-0 Independence. And a turnover gave the Eagles the ball inside the 20-yard line. They did not score. And when that didn't happen, everything from then on was Ravenwood.
Well, 31 unanswered points as well. And certainly with Ravenwood, Will Hester back where he was, winning a state championship in 2015 as well. Independence will go on the road. You wonder, Ty Lockwood, the Alabama commitment, the number 2 overall prospect in the state, the tight end, unavailable. You down a quarterback who had to come in late in relief as well. But then again, Chris Parson, the quarterback for Ravenwood, who's headed to Mississippi State, has been out now, I think, the 4th game in a row. So interesting, but Ravenwood knows for sure they'll be at home. It'll be Brentwood, the 1 or 2, whichever one, but they'll be at home.
Absolutely. So we'll take a break. We'll come back, and we'll hopefully visit with the head coach.
I have the player right now, guys.
When you got we'll have the player of the game as well, as Adam is with us down on the field. And obviously, Carter Pace, tremendous night. Carter's putting on the headset and going to join us here. Carter, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, congratulations. What a game tonight.
Appreciate it.
Did you expect to be able to run the ball as effectively as you guys were able to do tonight?
Yes, sir. That was the whole game plan. We came out and executed. I mean, we knew this was going to happen. So we just did it.
And nothing fancy, north, south, straight ahead football, and you felt like the push you were getting up front, and you were getting to that second level quite quickly.
Yes, sir. I mean, the line just played phenomenal. I mean, if you see it, it's just gashing holes all game. Proud of them boys.
You looked very patient tonight running the football, like you were just waiting and picking your spots and picking your holes.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to trust the line and the running schemes, and it all just falls forward, make a play. Just do the best you can.
Well, we don't know who you're playing yet, but we know where you'll be playing. You're at home Friday night.
Yes, sir. I mean, we love the home field. Home field advantage is great.
Well, congratulations. Great job tonight. I don't have a final total. You got to be 200 or so tonight, I think.
Around that. I mean, I don't know.
Somewhere around that.
Hey, you don't add it up as you go.
No, sometimes I'll be like 50, 100.
Great job tonight.
Hang around. We're going to come down and present you with a Player of the Game plaque and get some photos for social media. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Carter Pace with us there.
50, 100,
I don't
150,
know. Yeah. Well, sometimes it gets to the numbers where it gets hard to keep up, when you're running off chunks of yardage like he was able to do.
We're going to try to get you as close to a final as we can on Brentwood and Centennial because that will determine, once again, Ravenwood with the win here. If Brentwood wins, Ravenwood would be the 1 seed because of their head-to-head against Brentwood. If Centennial beats Brentwood, Ravenwood would be the 2 seed because of the head-to-head loss to Centennial. So Ravenwood Raptors pulling for the Brentwood Bruins.
That's right.
That's got to have a weird thing to it.
But there's certainly a good reason for it, for sure. Do you want to take a break here, Greg?
Yeah, let's do, because, I think
Coach is doing an interview right now. He's almost done.
Then we'll take a break. You want to take a break and come back and interview the coach? Let's do that. We'll take a break. We'll come back, and then we'll visit with Will Hester right after this on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
Slim's Tender Mac Bowls are back. We start with a 3-cheese blend to make our delicious mac and top it with chopped hand-breaded tenders and Colby Jack cheese. Try the Tender Mac Bowl meal or the Buffalo Tender Mac Bowl meal, both served with Texas toast and a medium drink. But hurry, they're only around for a limited time. Download the Slim Chickens app to order and earn rewards.
The Omni Nashville Hotel, located 5th Avenue downtown, and proud sponsor of the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week, is Nashville's premier destination for the highest quality accommodations. Start your day with a cup of Bongo Java and the Biscuit Bar at Kitchen Notes. Indulge your tastes with the best beef in Music City at Bob's Steak and Chop House. And wrap yourself in luxury at Macara Day Spa before enjoying a nightcap at Bar Lines. And when it comes time to host those holiday partings and gatherings of family, let the Omni Nashville Hotel take all the worry off your plate. Proud sponsor of the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week and located in the heart of Music City, the Omni Nashville Hotel is your only choice. The Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue, downtown.
Greg Pogue back once again to tell you about Bongo Java, Nashville's oldest and most celebrated coffee company, now also located in the Omni Nashville Hotel. Reward yourself for surviving Nashville traffic with fresh, locally roasted coffee, classic handcrafted espresso drinks, and fresh baked goods all day long. And free Wi-Fi, so you don't have to work from home. #1 in customer service. You made it through the traffic. Reward yourself with a perfect pick-me-up at Bongo Java. Fresh coffee, delicious treats, great atmosphere. Open 6 a.m. until 2 p.m. daily. Bongo Java at the Omni Nashville Hotel.
Welcome back to the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week on WNSR. Here's Joe Fisher.
Ravenwood a 38-14 victory tonight over Independence here at Independence as the Raptors improved to 6-4. More importantly, 4-1 in Region 7-6A, and waiting, depending on what happens with Brentwood Centennial, to find out whether they will be the #1 seed and the region champion after tonight's play. Coach Will Hester is joining us. Coach, congratulations. It looked pretty clear running the football was the plan, and it worked very well.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we feel like playoff football is running the ball and playing great defense. And, to us, the playoffs kind of started this week. We wanted to make sure that we were at home, and nobody wants to make that trip down I-40 to Memphis multiple weeks in a row. And unless you host the first one, you're not guaranteed to be able to do that. So proud of our guys. Battled a little adversity here in the middle of the year with some injuries and losing some of our key guys, but we've gotten better, and our offensive line is kind of taking control and understand that they got to be a big part of this deal. And I think the way we ran the football tonight, they must have played pretty well.
Well, and just the straight ahead push, Carter Pace didn't get outside of the tackle box quite very often because he didn't need to.
Yeah, and that's kind of how it's set up for us. We wanted to pound him inside and use some of those other guys on the edges, and I thought he did a great job running, between the guards basically tonight.
Yeah. How critical was it when you look back on this? Independence drives down, they score right off the bat, 7-0. Then they get the short field and a chance to stretch it and don't score. When you were able to hold them out on that one, did that really turn things around?
And that was huge. And then I don't remember the distance, but Carter breaks a long one around 70 or so to get our first score of the game. And that kind of gave us a shot in the arm. You tied it up, no harm, no foul, if you will, on the way we started. And we knew we got the ball to start the second half. Going in 21-7 was big. And then obviously recovering the onside kick on the first kick of the second half and punching it in to go up 3 scores there, was kind of the nail in the coffin.
Coach, you predicted the onside kick in our interview. You know that, right?
Absolutely. We predicted it about 44 times. We told them coming out of halftime, too, because it was going to happen.
Well, at home, congratulations. And we'll figure it out, but it doesn't matter. You're at home, whoever you're playing. You came over here and did what you need to do, got a home game at least one.
Absolutely, yeah. That's what it's all about. These guys get to play in front of their home crowd at least one more time.
Thanks, Coach.
Coach,
Thanks,
congratulations. Guys. Appreciate it. Ravenwood a winner 38-14. So, Greg, Saturday morning, you're going to be back in the studio.
That's tomorrow, right?
That's tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's tomorrow morning.
Yes. And we'll have
and by then, we'll know who's going where.
Right. All the playoff brackets. Coach Bubba Spears, Craig Ladd, and myself tomorrow morning, 8 to 9 o'clock. Our Week 10 player of the week, Arian Carter, Memphis-bound Arian Carter, Smyrna. Matt Williams, the coach there for the Bulldogs as well, will be with us. But most important is tomorrow morning we'll be able to trot out as everybody's trying to figure, they're doing all the work. The only thing we got to do is read it.
That's right.
So been fun.
Hey, it's been a blast. This regular season has flown by, but we've had a great time.
And we've been blessed by people everywhere we've been. The people have been so gracious to us, and the weather.
Yeah, we have
really. Now, we'll be out there, and it'll be a nice storm.
That's right,
next time.
but we're due for that. But still, it's been wonderful. Enjoyed it, partner. Appreciate it very much.
Coming up, Devlin and Ray back at the Strike and Spare Family Fun Center Studios to take you on home with the scoreboard show.
Final score again: Ravenwood 38, Independence 14. Joe Fisher, Greg Pogue, Adam Johnson with you from Independence. Thanks for joining us. Stay with us on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
Thanks for listening to the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Make sure to follow WNSR on Twitter at Nash Sports Radio and Facebook at Nashville Sports Radio for highlights of tonight's game.
The Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you by Southern Trophy House, Sir Speedy of Music City, and the Omni Nashville Hotel.
Now stay tuned for the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Scoreboard Show with Bruno Reagan and Ray Doski.
Hey Nashville, Ray here from Run With It. Let me tell you about our sponsor,